Yo, what is good, everybody? Yo, it is your boy, Man Like Will, back again here in the building. It has been just a few weeks, and I do apologize. But listen, we back. We back here. All right, listen, the Premier League is just around the corner, and you know what? The party is about to begin once again. We're gonna have crack kid isms. We're gonna have drama. We're gonna have fights and banter all over again, like we did last time out. And I'm glad it's back. And obviously, I cannot discuss the Premier League without my illustrious panel we have here today, and that is shout out to OTC representing Chelsea. What's up, my brother?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm all good.
Oh, sweet. Nice. Got my man Elijah Talks Football, aka Young Wubbish. What is good, my brother, who also reps Chelsea? My bro, what's good, fam?
Yeah, I'm good. Happy to be here tonight.
Nice. And of course, making his debut, it is Emmanuel, who reps Liverpool. My brother, what you saying?
I'm chilling. This is nice for me. I'm just trying to see how this goes. So we're gonna win the league anyways.
Sweet, man. glad to have you here, and of course, the architect of Football Power Hour, and that is Botswana Papi. What you saying, brother?
Yo, I'm calm, man. Happy to be here. You know, my club is signing people. You know, it's a good weekend. It's a good weekend.
Bots, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. You sound faded, man. You really do, yeah. You sound like you.
No, I went partying last night, but you know, I had to go celebrate Mazraoui and the league, you know.
Oh boy.
Nah. That's gonna save your season, bro. Just those two. Mazraoui are right back.
We're not done. You know, we're making moves, but you know, hopefully Ugarte as well sometime this week. You know, I mean, we're really like, you know, we had reached a point where like I thought Ineos was gonna be, you know, disappointing, but they're pulling through, they're delivering. So you know, that's why I'm excited. You know,
I hear it. But now, boys, I think we should be, we should be talking about this Premier League season. It's going to be a highly contested one. I think you can say for many of our clubs. Many of our clubs do have storylines, and some that pertain to squad depth. Some saying about bottling it again, and some talking about is it gonna be enough under a new administration. So with that being said, I do want to start over with Liverpool. Emmanuel, now listen, Jurgen Klopp has pretty much took his hat, said, you know what, I'm done. It's been a nice ride. With Arne Slot now basically just bringing in his style of football in preseason, it has been a good, I guess you can say, display so far. You guys beat Sevilla 4-2 recently. Do you think Arne Slot has what it takes to be a good enough successor to Jurgen Klopp?
See, that's a tough question because I don't want to say he has what it takes, but I don't look at preseason as like it's all everything. It's preseason. It's a friendly match, right? But from what we've seen from the training drills, from the press conference, and the style of the players, I feel like he has what it takes to do a good job. So let's not go crazy and say he's going to succeed Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp is a different entity. So Slot, different entity. So he has what it takes to be a really good manager. Because the training drills, like coaching and everything like that, is doing a good job. So we just got to wait till it switch. The first game of the season, and if everything goes to like smokes, then we can start like say, okay, pressure seat. But as of right now, no injuries so far, no problem. The squad looks great. 'great. 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 'Gre
Well, do you think? Well, I mean, do you reckon then that like what like if you guys were to get Zubamendi, because he has been heavily linked to you guys, do you think that will change sort of the complexity of what the like of the Premier League race?
If we get Zuberman, we win the league. I'm just joking.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh,
I'm
hold on,
joking. I am joking.
no. Simbin, no, Simbin, no. No. Yeah, Simbin, no.
What's that, brother? What's that?
No.
It's just a jest. I mean, if we get Zubermendi in, we'll at least go make a shot for second or third. Because the squad overall looks really solid. The only problem now is that defense. The attack is good. If everyone doesn't like stay fit, if we get Supermendi in and some other players, we're looking good. I'm not gonna say we're gonna win the league because that's just ludicrous. We're gonna challenge for at least second or third. We're gonna play good football, which what the friend wants. Play good football, challenge, being top 4. That's good. So then we can worry about next season, next few seasons.
Do want to get the thoughts of the rest of the panel, boys. What do you guys think? Do you think if Zubamendi were to come in and let's say another left back, do you think Liverpool have what it takes to perhaps maybe clinch top 4 at most, or maybe do a run for the Premier League? I'll start with you, OTC.
They'll get. It's tough because they'll get top 4 if they get Zubamendi. That's what I believe. Will they challenge for the title? No, because there's a lot more that needs to be done, especially between the defense and up front. I'm not convinced of any of their strikers. Let's just put it that way. If they get Gordon, it's a big difference. But otherwise, I don't. They need a lot of work. No Klopp as well. Yeah, somebody has to have a fantastic season. Let's just put it that way. Maybe it's the Diaz, but someone has to just start going on a mad run. So no, I don't think if they get Zubamendi, they will challenge for the league. They need a bit more than that. I say a bit, but quite a lot more than that. Unless Salah turns up like prime Salah, they need a bit more.
Elijah, what are you saying?
For me, do I think Liverpool will challenge this year? No. But I feel like if they do sign Zubimendi because he's a very good player, I think Liverpool finish in the top 4. It all depends if Slot, keeps the same tactics and find out his best 11, if you know what I mean. Because Jurgen Klopp here doesn't he always puts a 4-3-3 and he doesn't change, So I think Slot needs to before the season starts against Ipswich, find his best 11, see what tactics one of the best players, and just keep it like that. Because if you keep chopping and changing, the players will be confused. So for me, Jurgen Klopp for me is the elite manager. I don't know anything about Slot, so that's why I don't feel Liverpool finish in the top. Challenge for the league. But if they keep on doing like they did in pre-season, maybe they will. But for me, I feel like Liverpool finished in the top 4, but I don't think they'll challenge for the league because I believe that Arsenal and Man City have got a better squad than them.
Emmanuel, we can't hear you. Emmanuel, you're on mute.
Oh, it's my turn to speak.
No, you can speak if you want, Emmanuel. Yeah, go for it.
So I kind of disagree with OTC and Elijah because for one, last season without Zubermendi, we challenged for the league. We were on top of the league the longest than Arsenal and Man City. So this all mysterious Liverpool can't challenge because we did that last season, right? So this season, Klopp left. Slot is a new manager and all this uncertainty. Doesn't say the squad is changing. The pattern is still there, the identity is still there. So top 4 is a guarantee. That's not because who's there? Spurs, Chelsea, United, total respect. That's no more competition. And also, if you compare Man City's squad to Liverpool squad, Man City just so average. De Bruyne is probably going to leave. Edison's probably going to leave. So their squad is not as strong as it was last season. To say we can't compete with that squad right now, I don't buy that. And if we actually sign Zubimendi, that makes our squad stronger than it was last year. So that obviously means we can challenge them what we did last season. So that's my take on that. If we sign Gordon, which I obviously don't like Gordon, we don't need Gordon, but to sign a left back and sign Zubimendi, that's more depth, more quality than last season. So yeah, it's just gonna be Arsenal and Liverpool challenging Man City. So why can't we challenge them? I don't say we're gonna win the league, but we can obviously shoot for second or third.
Yeah,
I hear
but
it. I hear it.
Hang on, you challenge with Klopp. You don't know what this guy's going to turn up to be like. You don't know if this guy can, I don't know, unlock a low block. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't know if this guy can make good tactical changes in game and get you over the line. There's a lot of variables that come into play.
Yeah, but we saw that in the preseason. Granted, I don't use preseason as like the all factor, but we saw like Slot is able to like change tactics for players. Even in the second game, we didn't have a striker. He had 2 10s, and then he switched it back again. So he has an idea of how they want to play. Again, it's preseason, it's all the stuff. We can't really judge by preseason, but from what we've been seeing, from the drills they've been doing, from the pattern they've been playing, it's positive. We don't know what Slot can do yet, but like there's a reason FSG signed Slot, because the identity of Klopp is kind of similar. It's more possession based, more control than Klopp, but it's similar. It's not far off. So it's not like, oh, we're trying a 3-5-2 formation. We're trying something all new, different from what Klopp is used to. So the players are professionals. They are used to that idea already. So
yeah, that's fair.
You know, I was gonna ask. I mean, what would you say about Salah then, and Emmanuel? Because would you say that he will have a critical role into this team? Because few Liverpool fans have been saying that he has been taking more of a leadership role. You know what I mean, into this team now. And do you think he will be just? Do you think considering that he's going to be like has yet to extend his contract? Do you think he might drop off just a bit into the new season, or will he tap into, you know, the glory that we have seen previously, or will we be looking into players like such as Luis Diaz to be taking more so of the low to, you know, create chances? What are you saying?
So for that Salah situation, I feel like his last season is going to go out with the bank. It's not going to replicate 4 season Salah. It's going to 25 goals. It's going to do something. It's going to go off with the bank, go to Saudi, get his paycheck in next summer, which is okay. I don't see him like dropping off, because if you look at his stats from the last 5 seasons, he doesn't like he has a bad season, but he still average at least 20 goals or in all competition. So if Salah gets us 20 goals and Jota stays fit, Nunes, I don't know. Diaz does Diaz. We have Gakpo actually play on the left wing and actually scored at least 10-15 goals. Soboslai chip in earlier chip. Like Arsenal did that last season. They have Saka, all these players chipping up goals. So that's what I feel like Salah's going to do. More like a backup to like still have that presence, but I don't see he's going to be like the main man like he was last few seasons. So until we sign some right wing. But yeah.
I hear it. You know, Bots, I wanted to get you quickly to get your thoughts on Liverpool before we shift over to Manchester United. Where do you think Liverpool will be ending up? Do you think they'll get into top 4? Do you think they'll be challenging? Quick thoughts.
So I really agree with Emmanuel more than Elijah and OTC, because like You know, when I saw the match where we played in preseason in I think South Carolina or North Carolina, you know, like I saw a Liverpool that was had changed from rock and roll to like R&B, you know, high tempo R&B. and, and, you know, now check this out. I saw a type of football that
Nah, 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 nah,
Hey, you gotta
nah.
spin that. Hey, Botswana, you gotta spin it. You gotta spin it.
Ah.
that man will play some high tempo R&B, brother.
There you
That's
go.
exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Bombastic
So,
silence.
so no. On a real though, like Onslaught is in a privileged position because he doesn't have a lot of pressure on him. People are not like sort of saying, "Yo, you have to win it." And he is obviously like credit to FSG for like going with a left field option of just like a manager that's not known, that's like in the Premier League at least, and then from there, like you know, you can see the similarities of like you know they want to press, but that press is so controlled and measured. You know, when they win that ball, they're not always looking for the first ball to go in and attack you. They also just want to sort of keep the ball and be measured and tempered in that approach. So that is actually really more sustainable over a 38 game season. You know. And I think like in terms of what they need, if they get Zubamendi, that definitely way stronger. And I think the other area that they need to improve is getting somebody that can actually not hit the post and or not like I'm talking about upgrading from Darwin Nunes. If they upgrade from Darwin Nunes, like get one other person to sort of like really contribute to the goal tally, these guys are low key the favorites for the title without anybody mentioning them. Without no OTC, look at OTC's face for real. Nobody is.
And anyway, we're just gonna sit in this Donnie just real quick, yeah, because we just heard enough craziness.
Wow,
Oh, bro, it's not bad, you
bro.
know. No.
Let's just make it into perspective. Liverpool. This is his first ever season in the Premier League. Jurgen Klopp dragged them over the line with a lot of games. There was a lot of games where they were like 1-0 down. Last maybe 5-10 minutes, 2 goals they end up going through. Oh, do you know what I mean? There was a lot of games like that. And how will this guy have that same level of motivation and get them over the line as much as that?
But that's the difference from club. I don't mean to call you a power. Is last season our defense was terrible because we always conceding first.
Yeah.
We concede first and we have to like chase the game. We have to like go try to score. But but that would change because the whole point is about structure. It's about having a defense, midfield, everything all solid. If we stop conceding first, we don't need to chase the game. If we don't need to play like he was saying, like rock and roll. We're playing slow R&B, low possession, attacking and controlling the game. If we control the game, we don't need to start chasing the game and having that like late equalizer and all those like downright spiral moments. I see what he's saying. I'm not saying he's going to win the league in the first season. Obviously, that's pipeline dream. If that happens, but no one is saying that. But if we like he was saying, if we get a good number 9 next season that can chip in 30 plus goals, like a Watkins, for example, they can chip in 30 plus goals, and you have everyone else chipping goals. That means the front line settled. The midfield is already good. The defense needs to get some work done. So it's not ludicrous to say they can challenge for the league because we've been challenging for the league. It's not like we're like United. With all due respect, we're like 8. We've been challenging for the league.
No, but
So
your best football is when you play rock and roll.
says who?
Like for the
Says
last
Klopp,
couple of
right?
seasons, when I watch Liverpool, when they're at their best, is when there's like high tempo, high energy. When they're playing very slow football, or when things are a bit more like today's call, I don't think they are absolutely firing. I don't think that's Salah's best game. I don't think that's Darwin's best game, and I don't think that's Diaz's best game. For some others like Gakpo, etc., yes, but not when you've got like high energy players in your team. This is why I'm like I'm not too sure whether this style of football, this slower pace of game, it's going to get them. It's just going to get
I
as
mean,
good of a performance from all of your high energy attackers.
it's not so. If you watch the game today, the friendly, it's not really just like a slow Man City style of just like we're gonna possess, pass and pass and pass. It's a mix of between. It's like when we have the ball, we're gonna control the game, and then we're gonna run on you, fast pace as well. They were every time Superstar wins the ball, it's boom, forward, forward, forward. They get the ball all like they still have that identity of like rock and roll, but it's like now it's just like, for example, when we play a team like a United that are just like low block, what do? We don't want to just like keep playing rock and roll. If the team is defending, we want to like drag them out. We want to possess. We want to like control the space, control the game. So those teams can come out and play, and then we can attack them. Because if you keep attacking the team that on a low block, nothing's going to get done. It's going to be like, oh, he's defending. That's the idea of what he's trying to do. You gotta like switch the game. I'm not like advocating for slaughter or anything like that because I'm a Liverpool fan, but it's just like I can see what he's doing, and we're just gonna see. Preseason is over today, and then league starts. We're all gonna see maybe United just goes along and just like win like 20 games in a row and then win the league. We're like, oh wow. So league's gonna be a different beast.
Then Emmanuel, that's precisely the larger point that I'm trying to make. That because there's zero expectation for Liverpool to
Mm-hmm.
win, they are going to thrive off of that. They're going to thrive off of like nobody is counting on. They're like a dark horse that nobody is really looking at, and everybody's
Mm-hmm.
got the eyes on like City and Arsenal. But we all know, as somebody also mentioned earlier on, that City, a little bit weaker than they were last season, and it's gonna be a tough thing to try and get that motivation back up to where it needs to be. Also, let's not forget the superstition that like once you win a community shield, like you're most likely not gonna like win the league. There's that sort of like superstitious
It's our year, sir. It is our year. What can I tell you?
you wish, man.
uh, but I want to say this real quick. I mean, Emmanuel. So basically, kind of what Boss was saying. I think it is completely right. Yeah, that's with this, with Arnie basically taking over. There really is like no expectations for what Liverpool basically are going to have in it because no one really knows. New manager in, pretty much it's going to take time for him to really implement his new style. Yes, it's paying off so far in preseason, and saying top four, I don't think top four, maybe a domestic cup run. I don't think is really a bad shot for Liverpool. You can say, maybe a run in Europe we can see, but hey, I mean, I think for him and for his first season, I don't think that's not a bad shout. What would you say to that?
Also, like with all due respect to the club, I feel like because of our last season win, that we all had that spiral down and we didn't win anything significant except the Carabao Cup. No one cares about Carabao Cup. That's why I feel like the pressure as well. It's not as great because if club had won in last season and won the league, won the cup, and won the Europa League, then it's like a huge pressure. Like okay, now you gotta do what club did. You gotta like back it up. But because the expectation wasn't as high, kind of just fell off. So we're just
Right.
gonna see. If you look at all the managers in the league, there's Maresca, there's Ten Hag. They have more pressure than Slot. If Liverpool
Mhm.
gets the top four and then and a decent run in the cup, plays good football, the fans gonna be like, okay, we go again next season. We can shoot again. That's not a problem. But
I hear
like
it.
I said, it's preseason. Next Sunday we see first game. Or Saturday we see how everything goes, and then back to the drawing board or back to celebration. But yeah.
Fairs. Well, quickly, I want to go ahead and shift over from Liverpool, and we'll head over to Manchester United. Uh, where do we start with Manchester United? Jesus Christ. Well, but look, you man spent 60 million on a French B Tech little yachty, and he basically just been like, man basically just like played one game and then man just got injured, yeah. And so, um,
You gonna call him the B-Tech Lil Yachty for real?
Bro, listen, man, you don't think he looks like Lil Yachty? You don't think he does, bro?
Nah,
OTC, I
nah,
see you
nah,
looking.
nah,
I see you. I see you doing. I see you doing.
To an
I
extent,
won't
a
allow.
little bit, a little bit. I see some resemblance. I see
I
some
won't allow this
resemblance.
disrespect. I won't allow this disrespect. But Lenny Euro, listen, guys. We are also reinforcing, and like we're actually on a really positive moment right now. Like just take a step back and look. We got Xerxes. We
Yeah,
got Delict and Mazraoui coming in now, and it's not only just about getting them, but it's also about like sort of the way in which the fees that we're paying. These are really good structural like rebranding that Man United has entered, and that's credit to Ineos, credit to our board. They really, really are doing good. We got Xerxes for 34 million pounds, Euro for like 42, Delict and Mazraoui for a combined 60 million. And we refuse to be rinsed by Everton, for Braithwaite, and we're out here, like as I said, like we are sort of like in a moment where we're trying to secure our midfield, really bolster it, because Ugarte is the long-term target that we've been looking at for the past couple of weeks. But there's also like other alternatives as well that we're looking at, and we're making sure that we're not just making rushing to make a deal just because it's a player that we need, but we're really getting them for the right price. And Man United are really in a for any Man United fan, like we have to be excited that like we're putting the United Tex myth to an end, and that's a really big plus. It's something that we've been suffering from, honestly, like for so many years, and these guys are having to work overtime to undo like a mess, that Ed Woodward, John Berto had left. They pretty much just made a big mess in the bathroom. I nearly made use the wrong analogy there, but like they just, and he does out here like cleaning, man. They're cleaning, and they deserve some credit for that. So I just want to give the context to like where we are, the good feeling that I feel like we are having at Man United right now is sponsored by Ineos.
Wait, should we call it United or Ajax 11? Should it be
Ah,
called
come
Manchester?
on!
Because your first 11 is all Ajax players. You got Lisandro Martinez, Anthony, the Leeds, the Mazarawi, all Ajax
Yeah,
players. So I have a
yeah.
question I was going to ask
It
Power.
doesn't even end there. Like even Christian Eriksen, like it keeps on
Onana.
going. Oh, nah,
But
nah.
I have a question. I have a question I was going to
Go
ask you.
ahead.
Is it a better deal to sign Brentwood for 80 million than sign Euro and the Leeds?
See, when you sign a player, you're making, it's always a gamble, right? And when you have two players now, you actually are putting yourself in a stronger position in terms of like the just like the outcomes of that gamble. So if, say, for whatever reason, one of the players, like if we break the bank for Braithwaite, like there is no guarantee that he will be able to like really wear that red shirt and be mentally strong, because like, listen, Emmanuel, listen, being a Man United player is different. Listen carefully. The Being a Man United player is different.
Brentwood is injury free. Euro and
Listen,
the Leeds are injury prone.
listen.
Oh, I want to listen to this.
It's a big mentality test. It's not just the footballing ability test where playing for Man United, because there's hyper scrutiny. There is really like you can crumble if you don't have the right mindset. So I rather put my eggs on like two players as opposed to one. Just as like on the surface level, what this decision means, right? And then with Mazraoui, let's remember we're getting a versatile player that can also help with our left back situation, because like we played last season without a left back, and look at where that left us. With a negative goal difference, and also let's not forget that De Ligt, he's somebody that Ten Hag has worked with. He's really the profile that we really want in terms of like helping us progress the ball from the back and build up from the back, because that was like one of our major issues last season. It was like, the build-up play was just not up to par. And if we have, let's say, the center back pairing of De Ligt and say, Licha, then we're really looking good. Hey,
So
vibes, chill out.
so from what I understand, you don't want a Premier League proven young solid defender that's done it in the Premier League. You want two injury prone player. So you're trusting a 19 years old kid in Euro and a flop in the league that's not been good in Juventus and Bayern. Better
I'll be honest.
than Brentwood that's been solid, Premier League proven, more dependable, that can play different positions, that can play from the back, that is stronger than air over those two.
Listen, I do like the Braithwaite kid, but for me, he doesn't really like, move the needle as much as many people think he does. Like I think there's a little bit of like the English bias with him. Like I hear all these your injury concerns about the other players, but at the same time, we gotta remember that, like, we have what's his name? We have like other players as well. Like we invested in Lenny Euro, who unfortunately is injured, but like at the end of the day, like I feel like we're not gonna experience the same center back crisis or defensive line crisis that we had last season. So I rather go for two players than one player, brother. It's just as simple as that.
So if they're fit right now, who's your pairing? If they're all fit, everyone is fit. Who's your
if they're all fit? Well, I'm going with De Ligt. I'm going with Licha, and then I'm going with Dalo on left back, and then Mazraoui on right back.
What about Euro? The opponent, you sign him to be on the bench.
Euro is still young. As I said, like any signing is really like,
he's a prospect though.
It's a prospect.
Really is a prospect. I mean, he's gonna be one for the future.
For 10 years in the future.
No.
Emmanuel
is salty. We got Euro from Real Madrid. Like that's what I'm sensing right now, Emmanuel.
You're overpaid. It's okay. But I'm gonna leave this so everyone else can speak. But just so you know, Mazraoui missed 100 games last season. So just so you know. But
missed 100 games, you said?
100 days.
Now, boys. Let me just we will get back to this conversation, but let me just let me get the rest of the panel to give their thoughts on Man U. Yeah, let me start with who's someone who's been a little bit too quiet. Yeah, Elijah. Let me ask you. Yeah, what are your thoughts on Man United going into this season? Yeah, do you with their latest set of acquisitions and coming off a defeat from the Community Shield, do you think Manchester United have what it takes to maybe clinch top 4, perhaps maybe get into Europa League spots? What are you sensing?
Well, for me, I feel like Erik ten Hag needs to find his style of play, like what he did in Ajax. Because if we remember, 2 years ago when Manchester United, signed Erik ten Hag, he said that he's not going to play his style of play like he did in Ajax. So that's the reason why Man United they finished third, which is good, but next season they finished 8th. So I think for me, the only way for Man United to improve this season is for Erik ten Hag to have that style of play like he did at Ajax. And if he can do that, then I think that Man United will finish in the top 4 and won a trophy. Because the last time, and listen, I don't think Man United have challenged because it's been 11 years since they last won the Premier League. So it's going to take a long time until Man United get back to the way they do. But listen, I think Erik ten Hag needs time, even though last season they finished 8th, they've won the FA Cup. And that takes them into Europa League. So you know what I mean? And yes, they may have lost to Man City in the Community Shield yesterday, but it's pre-season. It's all about fitness, players getting fit and not getting injured. So it doesn't mean anything. But the Premier League, Erik ten Hag and the players need to really, really step up. Because last season they got battered by Manchester City, Crystal Palace, Arsenal. So I feel like if they can if Erik ten Hag and their defense can sort out, not conceding too many goals, not conceding so many shots, when it comes to chances, and if their attack can be, a bit fluid and just be more clinical, and I think Man United will be better than last season. But it all depends on Erik ten Hag and if he can stick to his tactics like he did like he did for Ajax, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and Elijah, if I may chime in, Will. So like there was two main issues that we were experiencing last season, and it was like our press was disorganized and our build-up play was really horrible. That is why Elijah was also talking about like this number of shots we we're conceding, and now we're actually seeing a really really good improvement in our off the ball work. I really, really, really see us like, not, look at the game that we just played versus Man City, even though we lost. Like Man City did not have that many shots compared to when we played them last season, and it was just sort of like a really, really there's this clear 4-2-4 structure, pressing system that we have that like is really, really refreshing to see, and I think credit to like not just Ten Hag, but the new coaches that Ineos have also employed. There's actually some good progress in terms of our off the ball work, and now we just need to make sure that we convert the chances and now make more chances and get other players really to where they need to be in terms of confidence, say like Marcus Rashford and so forth. So I really, really am not expecting a season like last season where we just concede a lot of chances and Onana has to try and like save a lot, pick up the ball from the back of the net a lot, So that's where I'm at with.
Do you know what it is?
Agree.
There's look, I'm gonna be real. You said there's like a couple of problems with Man United last season. It was a little bit more than a couple. Let's just be honest. From goalkeeper to the striker, you had problems galore. Onana was throwing shots into his own net at times. You had the defense that was very leaky, with a lot of players in that centre back area injured. You rectified that with signing of the Lit and Euro, but Euro, I think if Martinez can stay fit for for the first 3 months, and Euro could come back and you could rotate between the three, you're good. Your midfield, you left Kobe Mainoo. Well, Kobe Mainoo wasn't correct me if I'm wrong. He wasn't starting the first half of the season, but when he wasn't even playing, it was just him alone, and it was just isolated at times. You had an attack that was, I have to be honest with you, it was not, your attack has not been great last season at all. At one period of time, your best attacker was McTominay getting last minute goals. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done with Man United. They're going in the right direction, but they still need a lot of work, particularly I'd say in the attack. It's good getting Ugarte, it's good getting some centre backs, but their attackers, they need to do a lot more. Rashford needs to, Rashford for me, like he either needs to step up or leave. Really, truly, they need a lot of help. I know Højlund was coming new to the league, and I hope this season he starts the season better than he did last season. I think he went how many games without scoring a goal? He went quite a few games without scoring last season. So, but United did a lot of work, but they're going in the right direction with the new coaches and the new ownership. That is unquestionable. So, they could have a better season than the last season. Well, they will. 100%. I believe that they will have a better season than last season, but I don't think they're good enough to get top four, considering how much changes and improvement they need to make, particularly in their attack. I think they need a lot more than Xerxes.
Sure. OTC, like a big issue was our injuries, right? And now we're actually sort of like, I feel like there's a lot more like there's a learning curve, especially for Ten Hag in terms of just like how he's gonna approach the season. Obviously, you mentioned if Martinez stays fit for like even just like you know 3 quarters of the season, we're talking a different story. There's a really like a big difference. It's chalk and cheese when you put somebody else in there, and that's why I'm very hopeful that there is some of the issues that you mentioned in terms of like being isolated, Casemiro being isolated, that 3-1-6 formation that we were playing. Like I really feel like it's being addressed, and we saw like versus Man City, we were a lot more compact, a lot more narrow. Casemiro didn't have to like cover a lot of distance, and that's sort of like a really test a good testament to how we're starting to when we don't have the ball in our defensive transitions, we're actually so much better. And it's obviously we're basing this on like preseason things and community shield matches, but like I honestly think that moving forward, we're not gonna experience the same sort of like calamity of a season last season. It was such an anomaly to try over 35 different center back partnerships. It was such a really weird season for us in terms of just like how everything just unraveled. And now I really feel like we're on the right trajectory, and we are gonna be in that top 4 conversation. We got Xerxes in there. If Sancho stays as well, like Sancho seems to have patched things up with Ten Hag. He's a player that people don't think like he's gonna be that much of an impact. But I really believe in the chemistry that Sancho and Xerxes can build together. And when Hoyland comes back from injury, we'll be cooking, and I will have this receipt. And I will remind
Bro,
you.
I have to be honest with you. Your attack is like this compared to a lot of the teams in and around the top 6.
Yeah,
your attack is nowhere near like a lot of teams. I have to be honest with you.
It's crazy. And like, I'm sorry, OTC. I don't mean to interrupt you, but yeah. But like, I would also say that too, boss. The thing is, you did mention Jadon Sancho. How would that? I mean, that's kind of like I guess one of the storylines going into your season, and I think OTC and the rest of the panel can definitely agree with me that he, along with Marcus Rashford, are going to be definitely given kind of like going to be looking completely under the microscope. Because do you think that this is going to be a must or bust for them this season?
So before I will mention the Sancho stuff, Ten Hag's getting fired in November. I'm just gonna say that right now. So let everyone.
You said what?
The manager is getting fired in November. I'm gonna let you guys know about that. So I'll clip that.
A few people have said that.
Because no, there's a reason why. Why. August 11, I said it. Ten Hag is getting fired by November. Reason why is you don't bring in who was the guy they brought in from Ajax. So ex-United manager Ruud van Nistelrooy as a backroom staff for jokes. But with all that shifting, 2 things. The lead missed 80 games last season, 80 days. Mazarawi missed 93 last season. And then one of the main thing I was complaining about last season was because I have injuries. I have so many injuries. And then now you brought in 2 players that is same history repeating itself. But the whole Sancho stuff is funny in it because from what I see, it's like United is trying we don't sell him. They're trying to sell Sancho. It's not gonna.
Oh hell no! Oh hell no! No! Shut up, man! What are you talking about?
Yes, my God, it's Joe.
Are you a United fan? You're a United fan, right?
You're asking me, am I a United fan? That means you're not a United fan.
No, that's how backwards you guys are already.
Stop talking about my team then. Stop talking about my team, about my managers getting sacked. Who do you support?
I'm so Liverpool. I'm better than you. Don't try to compare. Don't you dare tell like say my B team, and
You Arnie slut snot, whatever you want to call him, yeah. That guy, yeah. Let's see what he does this season, innit, yeah. Listen, as everybody knows, I'm in betting mode right now, yeah. So if you want one, you can have one too, fam. Yeah. Let me
explain.
Yeah?
The three signing your manager just did. The three signing, right? The three signing. Letting Euro
new one?
overpriced, but it's injured for 3 months. Zexi couldn't even start or get subbed in for the Netherlands in the Euros.
It's not our last three signings. How about that? How about you shut up?
What?
That's not our last three signings. Then we just said Matthias de Ligt.
Okay. The late. Let's talk about the late. 80
What?
days injured last season. 80 days.
Pardon me?
It was out for 80 days. 80 on injury.
So what? That's one season. What about before that?
Wait, before that, I can pull it up too. Was 46.
Pull it up. Pull up all the stats, fam. Because apparently there's some sort of stat merchant that's going to tell me that my team not going to do well next season, and my manager's going to get fired by November. Yeah.
But wait. Eric Dyer was the fourth choice. As Spurs. Bench the league.
It's not looking good, Bev.
So I'm sorry. Like with all due respect, Eric Dyer was going to buy him and bench him the league. Like, what are we talking about here? And say, okay, he's going to come to United. It's going to be this world-class, supernatural. No, let's calm down.
What about your team? Hold on, no. What about your team?
What about my team?
To say about my team. What about your team, fam? How are you going to do this season, Liverpool?
Better than you. That's for sure.
No. I never asked you that. Better than me. Okay, that's a good answer if you're in the playground. But answer my goddamn question, fam, yeah? How are you going to do next season? Right?
At least this season, I will try for top 4. You can't say that for yourself. The only way.
Shut up, man. You're rubbish. Let me tell you this right now. Yeah, I'll tell you this right now.
Okay.
I will bet you that we do better than Liverpool next season too.
Let's say, let's hold off on.
Joe Blackman, are you sure about that? That's a wild shot.
How much you want to go on that?
No, do not.
Whoa. Hey.
Because I don't want any
Hey,
the
odds are bad one.
You want to put the bets on my channel, bro? What are you talking about?
You can switch team.
I want pound sterling. Do you understand?
Hey, well, your channel's turned into bet friend, mate.
No.
My channel is not bet, bro. I am not.
Without betting.
It's turned into Vegas.
I won't. Yes, I will. But anyway, we'll talk about this later, innit? Yeah, we'll talk about this off stream. But
no, hold on. No. We'll get back to it, innit? But listen, I do want to. What were we talking about beforehand?
Sancho. Talking about Sancho.
Expectations for Man United,
yeah. So the actually. Before we get to Sancho, there is a question here from Rich. Yeah, shout out to Eagle Eye Football once again. Your question got Joe Blackman. How do you do at center back?
what do you mean? How do I do at centre back? What's that mean?
They are going to be injured.
I don't play centre back.
This way, they need your center back. Everyone's going to be injured.
Usually left back, right back, you know. I'm fast. Like you say, bro.
But Joe, you know what? It's a good thing that you're here, yeah, because we were talking about Jadon Sancho, and I posed this question to you.
It was kind of Man United centric in there, and that kind of got me upset because I just saw like Bots wasn't really fighting the corner properly. Like,
well, this is why you're here. So, do you think this is a must or bust for Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford? If they really don't deliver, do you think that this is pretty much their, swan song of the season?
Oh, 100%. Jimmy, let's be real, innit? Yeah, if they don't perform this season, how much longer should Man United give them? We're not Arsenal out here. We don't just let people stay around for no reason like Arteta and that. The ones there. We make sure. We make sure. I'm talking. You asked me a question. Let me finish it.
Do you really want to start this? Listen, let me remind you. Let me remind you. You have a bet with me, fam. All right, that you said, yeah. You said that you're blaming this on alcohol tax, right? But no, you said that you, man, will finish above us. You and your tin pot defense are gonna finish above us. Are you insane?
Did I say? Hold on. Did I stutter? Listen, that's why I'm
Bro,
betting
that's
Liverpool,
not
man,
gonna
as well,
happen.
fam.
No,
That's
no,
why
no,
this
no,
brother
no,
over
no. That's
here.
the
Wait, hang on a
easiest
minute.
money I've
Wait, hang
ever
on a minute.
made.
Because we're gonna finish above Arsenal, man, over there. Yeah, we're gonna definitely finish above you, man, over there. Do you understand me? That's what I'm
Wait, so
telling you.
that means
So that's
so
why I'm
hang on,
ready
Joe.
to bet,
So,
fam.
so,
Run me this
wait, so
team. Anyway,
wait, so
show
Joe,
me the money.
wait,
Yeah,
Joe. So
that's
let me
what's
get it
gonna
right.
happen this season.
Wait, so you finish. So you believe, based on what you're saying, that you finish. I assume probably what, second or first? What? Because a lot of people have
I
Arsenal in their
don't think
top
we're going to
two.
finish first. We probably won't finish first, but I believe we will be in contention with second or third. And I don't think Arsenal will even be second or third.
So
How
who's
about
gonna be second? Who's gonna be
So
second?
this is why we have to make this. This is why crackhead takes.
Oh jeez.
This is why we just had to. You know what I mean? It's
Wow. This is crazy.
this is why This is why there are campaigns in the world, kids. Don't say no to drugs, because that's what happens. You know what I mean?
Like what have
you just said
done
don't
to
say
this?
no to drugs. Did you hear what you said? You said don't say no to drugs. Run it back. Yeah?
Don't say no to
Bad
drugs.
things.
Because if you do, you're gonna make takes like that, yeah.
No, that's
Jeez.
Oh,
that's
vibes. I know. I'm the original
That's
Blackman, isn't it? That's why, vibes. Yeah, do you see what Vibes said?
Hey,
Oh,
Anyway,
that's calm.
look, I just believe in my manager in it. Yeah, this is why I didn't like what Liverpool brother was saying up there, Emmanuel. I have to tell you this. Yeah, I don't like what
I
you're
was
saying
saying
about
fact.
the manager's going to
It
get
was all
fired. You don't know
it's,
about my manager. Don't watch me. Watch TV. Watch your team in it. That's what man was saying in it. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that my team is my team, and I believe in my manager. I've been backing my manager. Everybody else here knows how hard I was backing my manager last season, in it. Yeah, THDL all the way, all of that. Yeah. So when I say I don't like it when people start talking rubbish about he's getting fired in November, you're gonna have to come with some real serious reasons as to why you think that.
okay. Let me tell you why he's getting. Let me tell you why he's getting fired in November, right? Let me tell you why he's getting fired. I'm laying down for you. Last season, all he ever did was complain about, oh, I got injuries. For the last 2 years or 3 years that he's been at United, they have no actual pattern of play. There is not a style like OTC was talking about it. A style he was going to play from Ajax. He did that 2 days, 2 games. It didn't work. He's dropped it. So last 2 seasons, we have no idea what he wants to play. You know what Arteta was playing. You know his idea. You know everything like that. So also you got to think about it. They spent over 2 weeks trying to decide if they were going to keep thing out after the whole.
You support Liverpool.
Wait. You say I give you
Talk
reason.
about everybody else's team but yours, fam. Talk about Arteta. Talk about my manager. Why
we just did.
Rubbish manager?
We did earlier, but
Mr. Slot. Eh?
we did.
Boys,
But I'm giving you a reason why, though.
Boys, I'm gonna give you guys final thoughts because we do have to move on to Chelsea. So
We go to Chelsea anyway. Don't worry.
Yeah, no,
We get my final thought. I'm coming for you next season, fam. That's all. Next season. That's all. That's my final thought. Let's move on. Let's talk about Chelsea.
Yeah, final four. I think Man United have a better season. I don't think that they will have as good a season. Well, I don't think they'll get top 4 unless they get someone in January as a striker or something. I don't think they'll get top 4. I think they'll fall just outside top 4, but they'll have a better season than last season. So there is room for optimism for Man United. There is room for optimism. New structure, new coach. Not new structure. Sorry. New structure. New director of sports. So I think they're gonna have a better season and there's room for optimism.
Elijah, it's more than just room for optimism. Room for trophies, brother. We winning something.
Tell him. Arsenal better win something next season.
But we will, though. We will.
Okay.
And I say it with chest. And I say it with chest, yeah. That we will win the Premier League, yeah. And anybody here can clip it, innit? We will win the Premier League, innit? I'm telling you this here. I saw that. OTC. I saw that smile in it, yeah. You know what?
Yeah, because he's thinking.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Like
no. You don't have to say anything, innit? You don't have to say anything.
You have to disconnect from this.
All I'm gonna say is they're gonna play good football from last season. they're gonna have at least not negative goal difference. They're gonna have plus goal difference. So that's a progress. But with all due respect, they're gonna be seventh because look at Spurs. Spurs is a better team. Look at West Ham, better team. Aston Villa, better team. So tell me what
I don't know about West Ham though. Nah, I can't. Nah,
have you seen the signing they made?
Nah, but
Man
United got a better foundation from the get go. Like they, yeah.
No, that's a violation. No,
so why are you letting this guy talk, fam?
You're
taking him for 2 seconds, and you're letting this guy run his mouth about Spurs got a better team than man. Are you mad?
Son, better player than all your fucking 11.
Fam, you sin bid me for less. Why are you letting this guy talk? You're lucky I have no control, fam. Yeah, I swear you be getting sin bid and whipped. Yeah, you be getting flogged. Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
Bro, that's
this is a madness.
You know what?
Say them teams that's got a better team than me again. No. Did you say Spurs got a better team? Aston Villa's got a better team.
They literally were top 4 better than you last season. What are you talking about? Like, with all due respect,
you see, I love it how one season makes all the difference, innit? Yeah.
No,
so
let's calm down
over there, Mr. Will. Yeah, didn't you finish 8th twice?
But let's calm down. I'm talking about like
on the
signing.
Yes, we did.
Shut up. Didn't you finish 8th twice?
Yes, we did, fam.
Okay.
Would all them teams that was above you then technically better than you those 2 seasons that you finished twice? I mean, 8th twice.
If they were above
if we're going by the league standing, sure.
Yeah. That if a team is
was their team better than yours? That's the thing. Because your team played rubbish doesn't mean that the team that they have collectively is better than yours, bro. That's what I'm getting at. Let's be real here. Chelsea has a squad that is inflated and oversized and whatever else, yeah?
Nah. I mean, well, when we finished 8th, we did have a pretty crappy team. Let's not really kid ourselves. But
Chelsea, man, OTC.
Yeah.
Would you say that you have a better team than us because you finished above us?
Do we have a better team? As in, like a better squad? Last season, we had way more injuries. And with all our players fit, we had a better squad, 100%.
I can name 6 players from Chelsea. That's
you know what?
Yeah. I disbelieve this. You got one good player, fam.
But okay, how about this then? Joe, if we're using that same logic, right? Last season, you guys finished 8th with an FA Cup trophy. We finished 2nd. Okay?
Nothing.
So would you say that
with nothing?
No, but hear me out. You're saying that okay, so like we have the better squad to you guys. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say Arsenal had a better squad than us. Yes. Man City had a better squad than us. Yes.
So Liverpool did as well.
Liverpool have a better squad than us. Yes.
Okay.
But everybody else, no. Nobody else that finished above us, I feel, has a better squad than us.
But when I was talking about this season, I'm talking about this season based on the signing that was made this season. I was talking about those teams were above you for a reason, but they signed players that are actually really good.
Read that, bro. That's where you are. Yeah, that's where you are. You are Crystal Palace with more money. That's who you are, bro. You're Crystal Palace with more money. That's who you are.
I can't think of a better segue than that. Yeah, let's shift over to Chelsea. Yeah.
Oh boy.
You know, man, let's talk about these guys. Wow, how many goalkeepers are you going to be buying in, right? Because you like legit, you guys can have an entire starting 11 with as many goalkeepers as you have currently.
How much goalkeepers do you have?
7 right now.
We got about 8. We got 8, 9.
Oh, it's 8? Oh, jeez. It was 8.
I don't know
wow.
No, but okay. Look. Let me just dispel a couple of things. And this is something that I don't know what's going on under Topoli's stewardship, but do you know how you sign like under 21 players, under 18 players, and then you sign players to go out on loan? We signed players for our first team, and then we just sort it out afterwards. So it looks like our first team just overinflated. Well, actually, a lot of the players that are in our first team are going to either be put in our under 21s or either going to be sent out on loan. So by the end of this window, we should be having a much trimmed down squad. of players that are going to be either sold or going out alone or in the reserve. So I'm not too concerned about that. On us in general, from the preseason, from Maresca, we're keeping better possession of the ball. That's number one. We signed a couple of decent players. I'm not moved on a lot of them, apart from Pedro Neto. Dewsbury Hall is okay. Tosin's right, but Neto is a real game changer for us. We needed, a proper starting left winger, and I'm looking forward to the season. On how we're going to do it, it's very difficult to predict Chelsea. It's very difficult because we're linked to, we're in negotiations for Victor Osimhen. We need a striker. We need a striker to finish off a lot of the chances that we're creating. But one concern for me in particular is the defense, particularly the centre backs, because the centre backs, I'm not convinced of any of them. We've got Fowler coming back from 2 long seasons out of injuries. Is he going to be back to the levels that we thought he's going to be at? We have Levi Colwill, who's not really put the world on light. The other 2 defenders, Disasi, Badiashile, our best centre back was, for me, is Trevor Chalobah. We're getting rid of him, which I don't agree with. So that's a major concern for me. And striking, again, after the game I saw today, we created about numerous amount of chances, but we wasn't finishing. So it's difficult to predict where we're going to be. Last season, we had a lot of injuries, and I'm talking I think we had upwards of the most or the second most injuries up there with Newcastle. I don't think we're going to get as much injuries this season. We've got a new injury team. We're not going to play rock and roll football with Poch game, and we're going to concede less goals, I expect, from set pieces, because we've got a new set piece coach. So all in all, I'm optimistic, and I think we're going to finish in the top 4. Particularly if we get Osimhen, we're going to definitely finish in the top 4. But it's the defense that I'm very worried about, and the goalkeeper. I'm not too sure of which goalkeeper we're going to start. So I'm all in limbo. So we'll see what the window holds for us. I expect us to finish in the top 4 and win the Conference League. That's non-negotiable. So we'll see how. I'm not accepting 5th. I'm not accepting anything below 4th. Top 4 and Conference League. We should be winning that, but come on, with our second team.
I hear it.
Hold on. So what has to change? What has to change then if you don't secure that, in your opinion?
Well, if we do not get top 4 next season, then our directors that have been with us from last 18 months or so have to leave. They'll hand their P45, get them the hell out of here. It depends how Maresca will have to assist him depending on how we do this season. If he looks like he's performing well, but it's just our centre backs stinking out the gaff, sack the directors, get new directors in, and get one bad boy centre back or 2.
Last question for me then: do you think Poch was the right was right to be fired as well? Then
no.
50-50.
Your name is not you are not a Chelsea fan. Why you love talking about other people's teams?
50-50. No, 50-50, because here's my position on Poch. Last season, the target was top 6. Okay, he just scraped top 6 by the last 5 games. Literally, last 5 games we won. Prior to that, we finished.
Should he have been fired, bro?
Do you know what? Yes, because I don't think this season. Well, this season I think he would have.
Emmanuel, get him. Emmanuel, get him. Tell him, Emmanuel. Tell him.
In what way is Maresca better than Poch?
No, I'm not saying Maresca is better than Poch. The question was, should Poch have been sacked? The answer to that question is yes.
Absolutely, because you don't fire a coach in one season. With all due respect, the first half of the season was struggle. But if you look at the last few end of the game, they actually were playing like a team. They actually have an idea, an identity. They were playing good. Palmer was playing good. You had that 3 with Gallagher, Enzo, and Caicedo. They were all they were
only
playing
for the
really
last
good.
5 games. We only clicked for the last 5 games. That's not good enough. Before that, we were sitting in 10th, 11th. The last 5 games, we just went and we just finished in the top 6. That's not good enough, man.
But listen. Some coaches takes a long time to build a squad. Granted, it took Pochettino a long time to have his part of the play. It's a preferred 11. He finally figured it out. It was working. It was gelling, and then it was like, okay, bye.
Bro, he didn't figure it out. He didn't figure it out. Cole Palmer was getting us out of trouble. He didn't figure nothing out. You think this Donny was doing his thing, bro? Our players were getting injured before, bro. Our players were getting injured because of him. Our players.
Oh, really?
I will 100%. Our players, bro. I watched them throughout the whole season, particularly in the first half of the season. Bro, every team had more energy than us. If every team's got more energy than you, and our players are dropping like flies, then there's something wrong. We look like we were doing half marathon the day before. I'm sorry. He had to go.
So, question. Reece James is injured now. Is that Poch's fault for being injured right now? Because the players being injured is not the manager's fault. It's not their fault for them.
Bro, this time last season, we had about 3-4 players out injured other than Reece James. We had so many players out injured. Pochettino was. I'm telling you this now. Our players looked drained before they even kicked the ball.
That's Pochettino's fault.
Nah, come on, man. We conceded bare goals from set pieces. None of our. We were freestyling, bro. There was no pattern of play. We were freestyling.
Granted, I get that. The first season, the first 6 months, or the first how many months was just a bunch of nonsense.
That's where we lost. That's how we lost top 4.
But
we got out of top 4 on the first half of the season.
But you should have fired Pochettino in that first half of the season, not when everything was actually like clicking. It's like for example, it's like if Arsenal.
I agree on that part. I agree on that part.
That's what I'm saying.
Much earlier.
Yeah, if Arsenal decided to like fire Arteta right now, when everything's actually clicking, it makes no sense.
No, but he worked. No, hold on. He worked clicking. All he's just done.
No,
when our players were out injured. Sorry.
What I'm saying right now is you can switch it whatever. They were playing good. They were not playing good. They were decent. They were better than it was, right? Those 5 games was like, okay, we can build on something for the next season. Sign some players, sign better players. We can build on it. Don't fire him when he's actually having good games. You didn't fire him when he was playing bad games. Then you fire him when he was actually having good games. That's my own issue. One season, so that's not a lot.
So I do want to get the thoughts on Elijah. Yeah, Elijah, you're also a Chelsea fan, and some of the questions that were thrown all over the place by the panel. Yeah, what are your thoughts going into the season with Chelsea? Do you think Enzo has the tools available to him now that you guys have brought in Pedro Neto coming into the team? Could offer like a bit more creativity out onto the wings, which in my opinion, I think it is an incredible signing because like we have been heavily linked to him last season. And do you think that what are the realistic expectations going into the season for Chelsea? Elijah? Okay.
Yeah, I think for me, I think we need to sell at least 15 players because the fact that we got 43 is a lot. And for me, you have to feel sorry for Enzo Wesker because I don't know how on earth can you train with 43 players in our squad. So I think we need to fix that. In terms of Chelsea, though, listen, I'm a bit worried because Enzo Wesker came from the Championship. Yes, he won the league with Leicester, but just about, if you know what I mean. So I'm just worried that we might not be able to improve it last season. But listen, anything can happen in football. When we thought that Man City won the FA Cup, guess what? It was Man United. So maybe Enzo Wesker might prove me wrong. But if we don't finish the Champions League and make top 4, I mean, we are in serious trouble. And I don't think people are going to take us seriously anymore like they did before. So listen, we've got Man City next week. I just really hope that Enzo Wesker knows his best 11, knows his tactics, and just put players in the right position. And let's just hope that our medical team could sort out injuries because last season we had about 45. So I hope that this time the medical team can take care of the players properly.
And you know what? Yeah, speaking of that, because that's going to be a blockbuster of the game. Yeah, Chelsea boys. I'll start with you, Elijah. Yeah, going into the game, what will be the strongest starting 11 into the game against City?
Oh boy. The goalkeeper, I might go for Philip Janssen, the one that we signed for Villarreal. Right back, Gusto, because there's no Reece James. Yes, he's injured, but he's going to miss the first 3 games of this season. Left back, Kukueya, invert him, into the midfield. The 2 centre backs, though, I mean, this one is difficult because in pre-season, all of our centre backs weren't that great. So, oh boy, maybe I might go for Tosin and Badishu, but I still don't trust that centre back still. That's it.
Badishu is crazy, because he
I would go for him, man. I'll just go for Fofana and
maybe
Fofana and Tosin.
Yeah, maybe
Fofana and Tosin, because Badishu was come on, we can't play Badishu against Haaland.
That's true. My midfield 3. I have to go for Lavia because in pre-season he has been fantastic. In Kunku as a number 10 as well. Yeah.
Big up Lavia. Lavia's been phenomenal. Like this pre-season. Like I've been really surprised. He's looked our best, one of our best players, if not the best player in our pre-season. So he's going to be a big addition to the club coming into this season.
Why?
I want to know why you man are so confident. Like Chelsea, like really, like do you know that much about? Do you know that much about Macarena? Like, do you know that much about Macarena that you actually?
Honestly, no. But our players, you have to admit, our squad of players. I'm talking about when it gets whittled down. Our like proper squad is a top 4 worthy squad. I don't see why not.
What is your proper 11? Wait. Can you tell me your proper 11? Because I want to know what your proper 11. Can you start again?
It's the same. Wait, it's the same. Like we discussed, it'll be like Philip Jorgensen. It'll be Gusto. Well, Gusto, because Reece James has been suspended for the first 3.
Everyone is fit. If everyone is fit, what's your proper 11?
If everyone's fit, it'll be Philip Jorgensen. It'll be Reece James. I'll put Fofana and Tosin, or Fofana and Levi Colwell. I don't know, either one. Cucurella left back. Midfield would be Lavia.
Enzo.
See, this is where it starts getting technical because
that's the captain.
You want to start?
No, because do you know what? Yeah, outside Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo. Left wing will be Nkunku. Right wing will be Up front will be Nkunku. Left wing will be Neto, and right wing will be Cole Palmer.
Enzo, that racist.
It's not okay.
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because if you get Osimhen, then it'll be Osimhen.
It's not
Neto
alone.
Nkunku,
Enzo,
Palmer,
Enzo. But
no. If you get Osimhen, then we'll go to a double pivot of Caicedo and Lavia.
So, Nkunku is not a number 9, but he's going to play as a first 9. From what I'm looking at, this team
have to do. They ain't got no strikers, fam. They got to do what they got to do.
So this team right now is going to come for top 4, right? This is your strongest 11 for top 4.
It's tough. It's very difficult because throughout preseason we've been rotating that heavily throughout preseason. We don't even know our best 11. Very few Chelsea fans know their best 11 because it's not been consistent. Do you know what I mean?
That's the same. That was the issue with Poch last season. He didn't have his first 11 all through like 6 months. But I'm asking you, OTC or Elijah, if this is your first 11, this is the 11 that you think will compete against United, Spurs, Villa.
It's not first 11. It's not. Look, top 4 is not just your first 11. It's
how he didn't say Liverpool though. He said competing against United, Spurs, and Villa for top 4. No. He didn't say Liverpool.
Our team in general. You have to understand. Our team in general.
Liverpool
is a top 4 worthy team. 100%. We've got a better. First and foremost, we've got a better team than Tottenham. We've got a better team with the exception of Ollie Watkins, with Villa, we've got a better team than Newcastle. We finished above Newcastle. We finished a point, or 3 points off Spurs last season, where we had the most injuries. Like, our team is not that far off. Like, we're not far off.
But those teams actually have an 11. They actually have a pattern of play. Like, I get it, your team is like better than Newcastle.
Hold on. Are you saying that like Spurs has a full 11 compared to Chelsea?
No, I'm saying Spurs, Villa, Newcastle actually have an identity of how they want to play. They have an actual 11. You just mentioned right now, you don't have.
We're talking about Tottenham Hotspur.
They have an 11.
It's an identity.
What they actually have an 11.
Let me guarantee you something. Spurs and Aston Villa, towards the last maybe third of the season, will always fall off. These Spurs, for the last 4 or 5 seasons, once they get to that last quarter, nosedive. Whereas with us, towards the last third, I expect us to go a bit better, right? And we've got, bro, come on, you have to understand, Nkunku was out injured the whole season. For the first maybe 5-6 games, we didn't have Cole Palmer because we were starting on the bench. We didn't have Lavia the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Sanchez was conceded we conceded easy goals. Do you know what I mean? So we didn't have Neto. We had Mudryk and these guys on the left wing. Come on, I expect us to get finished top 4. That's unquestionable.
You won't start Jackson?
That's a good question. No, I wouldn't start Jackson. No.
What about the kids from Madrid? I forgot how to say his name.
Mark Gui. He's good. He's good. Do you know what?
That's
his name.
Gui.
That's
it's like So would you?
Do you know what? To be fair, for the balance of the team, I'd probably start him up front because Nkunku could play as a 10. You can play Jackson on the left, or Neto on the left wing. You could play Palmer on the right. For balance, I'll probably play him. But he's very, I've been impressed with him this season. Or not this season, this pre-season. He's still a bit wet behind the ears, but do you know what? Like, we'll get that on already on Donny, bro. He's a scrub as well. Send him out on loan.
You're gonna send him on loan?
That kid that we got from Madrid, send him out on loan.
Wait, I got a question.
He's rubbish, bro. He's dead food, man.
I know.
Bro, his compilations,
It's
look
terrible.
crap.
I saw it.
And this is the compilations. You saw the compilations?
I saw it. It was. I was like, what did they see in him? I don't understand. But I got a question to ask Chelsea fan because you guys keep mentioning every time I go on Twitter and Spaces, they keep mentioning Osimhen. If you're Osimhen, would you come to Chelsea on loan? Because your idea is not to sign him; it's on loan. Because Chelsea ain't trying to sign him; they're trying to get him on loan. So if you're Osimhen, would you come to Chelsea and play in the Conference League on loan?
He wants to leave Napoli. He wants. He's open to coming to Chelsea.
Did you read the statement? They said the president. They already said they're trying to get rid of him. They already mentioned that.
And he's open to come to Chelsea. He's been negotiating.
But would you come on loan? Because signing a player on loan doesn't guarantee that you're going to pay 100 million next season.
Bro, them man want Lukaku. We want Osimhen. Let's sort it out. Let's negotiate.
So
these men want
to and also Emmanuel, Conte has had a great relationship with Lukaku, and he does not want to have Victor Osimhen anywhere near that team. He has a particular style of play. It doesn't really work with him. So for him to leave Napoli, I think works well for really both parties.
Unless he goes to PSG, that's the only difference.
Exactly.
I can see that as well. I can see that.
You have to still guarantee. You have to guarantee telling Madrid or Napoli, that I'm going to give you on loan, but next summer I'm going to pay 100 million for this guy because
I don't know if it's going to be a loan. Like they don't want a loan, and we're willing to pay the way he came.
That's what I'm saying.
But to be fair, either way, I'll be content. So long as you get Lukaku off the books, no problem.
Imagine if Arsenal signed Osimhen, but that's something else for some other day. But it's hard. I'm just saying, if I'm Osimhen, with all due respect to Chelsea, I'm not going. Even if I'd rather play in the reserve or whatever. Because
Bro,
like you just say right
you
now,
don't know this, bro. Osimhen's a Chelsea fan. Osimhen's idol is John Obi Mikel. Bro, Osimhen, if there's any club in the world that he'll go to, he'll go to us. Do you know what? Do you
Osimhen's
understand?
idol is John Obi Mikel because John Obi Mikel is Nigerian idol. Yeah, I respect him for that. I'm Nigerian as well. Doesn't really say because your idol is from Nigeria.
You should know this, bro. You should know this, bro. Bro, he's a Chelsea fan. Everyone knows Osimhen's a Chelsea fan. We all know.
Doesn't mean I'm going to play conference league.
His idol is apparently Didier Drogba. So
bro, come on, man. He's not Nigerian. He's not Nigerian.
I'm playing Champions League football to go play Conference League football just because. But
it's not even just about that, you know. Maybe if
he comes to Chelsea, more for the Premier League. It's all going to be for the Premier League. So
we're here for it.
We are for it next Sunday.
But look, man, let's shift over to what I want to do quickly. That is a tier list. We'll be only doing the
1 second. 1 second. I got to bounce. Yeah, I got to get ready for my show at 10.
All right. Yo, big up then, Joe. I appreciate you for stopping by.
Thank you, brother.
Nah, man.
Hit me up, bro. We gotta do that.
Yeah, I'll be back for you, bro. Boy. Don't worry.
I'll be here every time. I'll be here every time now.
Yeah.
I'll be here every time.
You, boy. All right.
Just so I'll be there when I get fired. Well, I'll see, brother.
If you want to catch more of Joe Blackman, you can always see him on The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly on KG, the comedian's channel. You already know. But look, because of time constraints, obviously, we're only gonna be doing just the top 5 and 6, or the top 7 spots for this tier list. Let me just grab this. Yeah. So I'm gonna put Tottenham in there because why not? And put Chelsea in here because it's Chelsea, and then put Villa here because why not? All right. So boys. Let's start off with Conference League. Who do you guys be thinking that's going to be clinching Conference League this time around?
West Ham, Brentford, Newcastle.
West Ham are a complete
I
unknown.
was from shot for West Ham. That's.
Do you know what? They're such an unknown. They got a new coach. They got Paqueta. They got Paqueta might. It depends on Paqueta, because if Paqueta goes out with a betting ban, they're not finishing tops. They're not finishing.
Well, their best players, Kudos. They have Kudos. They have. Did they sign? What's his name from Southampton? The dead ball specialist. I forgot his name. The guy that got free kick.
Ward-Prowse.
So they have Ward-Prowse. They have this Toribo defender. They signed
they also signed Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well from Manchester United.
Exactly. Oh yeah. They signed Fukuro as well. So he's like, I'll pull West Ham as 7.
That's a strong shout.
That's crazy, you know.
That's a strong shout. So what you're saying is one of the top 7 that Will mentioned. So that's, I don't know, Chelsea, Man United, Tottenham, Newcastle, Villa. One of these teams is dropping off.
Yeah,
but I don't know which one it will be.
I know the one that's dropping now. Like I feel like Newcastle, West Ham have that like dog that's like they can fight for it and you just be there. So 7 is not a foul shot.
I don't see Villa dropping off though, Emmanuel. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Wait. I just thought about it. Villa 7th. Because they play in Champions League.
What does that have to do with anything though? Because I just don't.
We saw that with Newcastle last season. They play all those leagues and all those games, and they don't have that much squad.
Right, but obviously for them, Champions League is not gonna be that much of a priority. You know what I mean? They're
sure.
I mean, you know what I mean. So
do you know what? Yeah.
So
Newcastle,
I just thought about that.
Yeah, I think Newcastle finishes 7th.
What are you saying?
No, Newcastle 7th. 100. I think they'll get. I think Gordon might be leaving. and therefore they finish in 7th. I don't think they're going to get Gehi from Palace. I think they'll finish 7th. I think Newcastle.
So Newcastle 7. I disagree. I say West Ham, but we can go with Newcastle and see how it goes.
Well, let's see. Tiebreaker. Elijah, who are you saying then? You can go either Newcastle or who was it? Villa?
West Ham.
Oh, West Ham.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tough one, but I think I'm gonna have to go for Newcastle because West Ham have signed Somerville, and he's a very good player, you know. So I might go for Newcastle to finish in 7th. It's a tough one though, but that's what I think.
So for that, we will. You know what? We're gonna have to go with that. The Magpies will finish 7th with that.
Here's Liz, whose bladder leaks drop in uninvited.
Oh.
But instead of period pads, she brought toys.
Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know what.
That was perfect for a second. I was like,
hey, yo, hold on. That's not listening. That was
that was crazy.
That's a break, man.
Hey, Will, your eyes are moving mad. Yo, Will, what?
That comment was
What is this? It's the website, man. Jeez, look at this. It's the website, man.
How good to be?
I'm finished, man. I'm finished.
Hey, that's jokes. No.
Finished. No.
So 5 and 6. We'll go for 5 and 6. This is where it gets tough.
Oh my God. Okay.
Hey, that's funny.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Right.
This is tough, you know.
I know. That's why I said West Ham at 7, because that way I can push some people at 5 and 6.
You know what? Though? Let me actually ask you guys a question. One quick one before we go to your Europa League. Do you guys think Palace could make a run for Conference League?
No,
because they lost. I don't know, because who are they going to sign to replace OTC?
And also they say Eze leaving, possibly.
They signed Saw. I don't think as they would leave just yet. They'll definitely. I just don't see it personally. Well, we say
money.
He was gone, but I don't know. It has to be for the. I think Palace will have to be offered a lot of money.
If they sell Gay and Eze, then no. I say
I think they're going to get rid of between one of Gay and Eze, and I don't think so. For that reason, no. Unless they sign somebody out the blue.
All right. Bears. So Palace will, I guess. Well, I guess. Elijah, what are you saying? Do you think Palace won't get into that mix either?
No, because every time a new manager comes in, they start off well, but the next season they drop off for me. So, and plus, like they said, Elise is going. I'm not sure about Eze, so for me, not for me. I think they'll finish like maybe below 10th again.
No, I think they'll finish. I think they'll finish 8th or 9th. I think they'll finish 8th or 9th. But it depends on who they let go of. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Just for the eagle eye. Just for the eagle eye, guys. We're only going to do that. But anyway, fair enough. I think with Oliver Glasner, I think there is newfound hope within Crystal Palace. For fuck's sake, man! I hate this ad, bro. Look, you know what? Let me just say this. Yeah, they're gonna finish 8th. All right, they're gonna finish somewhere in the higher mid table. All right, we're good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
100%.
Europa League. All right, let's just go in. Let's just go into it. Jesus Christ.
6th place will be Man United.
Nope.
6th place will be Man United.
Absolutely not. But give me what do you think United?
I think United, because you have to understand, for me, the top 5 will be in no particular order: Arsenal, City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Spurs. And Liverpool, yeah, that's Liverpool. So that's 5. I don't think Man United are going to break into that. So I think they're 6th. But that's an improvement on last season. So I think they'll finish 6th.
Where do you put Villa and West Ham?
I think Villa will finish.
Because
I think Villa will finish 8th. I think Villa will finish 8th.
Hey.
You have to understand. Yeah, you have to understand. Villa, they rode their luck in a lot of games. I'm going to be honest with you guys. They were good, and Ollie Watkins just balled out. But they were riding their luck, especially for the first half of the season. They were riding their luck. I remember when they beat us 1-0. That game we should have beaten them about 4-5-0, and we missed so many chances. And then they got Ollie Watkins, and then through ball, and he scored when Sanchez should have saved that shot. And there was a lot of games like that. So I think they rid their luck, and I think they'll finish 8th. I think they could be in for a trophy, a domestic trophy, but I think they'll finish 8th.
Wow.
I think what could hurt Villa, I think you were alluding to it earlier though, Emmanuel, was that they do have a lot of games this time around, especially when they're not competing in champions or they're competing in just European competitions. Do you know what I mean? So,
bro, remember the game against Arsenal as well? Like, bro,
yes.
This is what I'm talking about. There's so many games that they've been riding their luck on. Like, and I don't think you can get that lucky that often anymore.
I think for Villa, they will be in the hunt for a Europa League, possibly top 4 race, but I don't think they will be, because of the amount of games that they're going to be playing next season. I think it's a bit too much for them just to kind of get into the Champions League spots next season.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I wouldn't be surprised if you see them and get maybe into the sniff of Europa League, but I would maybe have them finish outside of it, maybe being in the same realm as Palace. But let's I think for me, who I think will probably get into the Europa League spots, I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna have to go with Tottenham.
Nah, come on, man.
I don't know when
Solanke, bro, they will clean up. Nah.
No, but here's the thing, though. I mean, I'm a firm believer that Dominic Solanke is basically Eddie Nketiah with a growth spurt. Because here's the thing. Yes, he had a great season, but the season prior he only scored 6 goals. And the season prior he scored 4, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, he had a great season last time out, but it really is just, it's up in the air whether he can replicate the same form. So it's sort of it's a big question mark. Yes, they do have James Maddison, and yes, they do have Son, but it's a bit mad. I don't know. It's gonna be given some time for him to really adjust into Postecoglou's tactics.
But you have to look at it like this: between Spurs, Chelsea, and Liverpool, Spurs is the only one with a coach that has been coaching them for the last couple of years, or at least last season. So a lot of the teams around them are going to be figuring out on their feet. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, but it's Spurs though, innit? This is the issue. Spurs are proper Spursy. So it's tough. This is tough. They started the last season well. And then they fell off a cliff with 2 injuries to Maddison and Van de Ven. They brought in Dragusin, who can fill in that position, and they brought in Solanke, who to play out front. So if Maddison gets injured, you can put Richarlison there. I don't know. This is the
download the BBC Sport.
I'm not. I don't know. It's a toss-up between United and Spurs. The more I think about it,
I think it's going to boil down to defense. It's going to boil down to like whose defense can maybe be a lot more disciplined this season.
If Postecoglou plays a stupid eye line, just my eye line, my way, and nothing else, then they're not gonna make it. Because the moment you start playing that risky eye line, it's just like me. Because there was a game against Chelsea, your man was on 2 red cards, and it's like, you know what? I don't care. I'm not gonna play. I'm gonna just that same line. It's just like Chelsea was just like scoring. You got Jackson almost got an hat-trick on them. So I don't think United is going to make it to like up there. Or I'd rather put West Ham or Spurs in Europa. Like personally, like I don't see, so right now I don't see anything that United has done in the transfer window that say, okay, we are better than last year, except signing some injury pros. I don't see.
No, they're better than last year. Come on, man, they're better. They're much better than last year. They just need for me. Especially if they get Ugarte, they're top 6.
They haven't.
I think they get the DM. I think they get the DM.
But this is based on right now. They haven't got Ugarte. They haven't got. This is what we have right now because we don't know who Spurs is going to sign tomorrow. So this is right now. Like there is nothing that says, "Oh, are we adding this addition?" Are we saying the Leeds and Mazarawa are going to be the saving? Because they need goals. They wasn't scoring last season as well.
That's
Wait,
the issue.
So their fourth line was terrible.
What's more with Manchester United?
I'm saying they're not even there. They're not even going to be. They're probably going to be 8th again or 7th. They're not even going to 6. Because United. Because
United. Okay.
Yeah. Because last season they wasn't scoring. So Zex is going to score now, or Sancho, right? So what makes it different?
I think we have to. I mean, as much as we can try to break down the stats and all that, I think we would have to make it. We have to make a choice here because with Man United though, Emmanuel, I'll say this: you have to admit though. I think Ten Hag, say what you say, say what you want, but Ten Hag, he's starting to address some of the criticisms we're bringing in players, and I think after the first few games, we will see how this Man United team can play with the Lids and as well as Mazzarri now being implemented into the squad and potentially another midfielder, which that Man United team desperately need. And also, we will see how Van Nistelrooy's influence can perhaps work with Rasmus Højlund as well as Joshua Zerski, who could potentially be kind of like that Bobby Firmino-esque player into the team. You know what I mean? Because he's essentially a false 9.
There's a few things as well. You got Diallo, who didn't play for the first half of the season for most parts. Vader didn't play for the first half of the season. For the most part, they had a very crap back line. So I think they'll finish 6th. I think that's quite fair, and I expect them to get either Ugarte or that Fofana. Not Fofana, sorry. I think they expect to get Ugarte. And so I think they'll finish top 6. I think they'll finish 6th.
Okay, 6th. They can go 6th. Who's on 5th?
Bots. Bots coming back into the fold. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what Bots has got to say.
Yeah, Bots. Yeah, you're not a guy. What are you saying? Yeah. Do you think that you guys are gonna fit? I mean, we're doing this tier list quickly for from 7th to first place.
We're finishing 4th. We're finishing 4th. I don't care who says what. We no. You guys don't know. Like seriously, our team is gonna start teaming together. It's just a matter of time until you guys really notice. 4th is where minimum is where Man United is finishing. I say 4th. I said 4th.
Okay. Botswana says 4th. I say 6th. And then you can just get the average from the rest of the guys.
So Elijah, you're gonna have to break the tie. What are you saying?
For me,
So we have.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
No. It's okay. So yeah, we got one saying 8th, the other saying 4th, and one saying 6th. Me, I'm a firm believer that they will probably finish 6th.
Yeah, I think for me they'll
Get
finish.
out of here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
I agree, man, because I don't think Man United players and the manager, and I don't think they're good enough to finish top 4 because look what happened to them in the Champions League last season. They were bottom of the group and they got knocked out by every competition. Well, they won the FA Cup, but last season they finished 8th. And if it wasn't for the FA Cup, they wouldn't even play in Europe. So for me, I think they'll finish in Europa League places, but not in the Champions League. That's just my opinion.
Fair enough.
Elijah, the difference between Man United being 8th and 4th last season was points. Just 3 games. If we had won 3 games, we would have been 4th. So, I hear your logic about Champions League, but that's a different competition where Onana sabotaged us.
No, but Botswana,
we are in 4th.
Botswana, that's very misleading because the 2 teams that you finished very close to was Newcastle and Chelsea. And Newcastle and Chelsea had the worst injury season in a while. And Chelsea conceded the most goals. No. United was not close. They were not close. They were not close. That was the worst 2 sides, injury-wise, in the whole Premier League. Newcastle and Chelsea.
We played all season without a left back, and 2/3 of the season without a proper centre back that can play the Ten Hag way. Come on, guys, give us some slack.
In general, I think, and also you have to understand, Man United's attackers, compared to the rest of the teams in the top 6, they're the worst. They're bottom. So you can't. There's no way that. And also, last season, you were scoring goals, last-minute goals from McTominay. Remember, Maguire will head them. McTominay will volley it, and that's it. You nick a point. You nick a win. That was how you were getting your wins last season. So. Yeah, 6th for me. I think they'll finish 6th. That's fair.
Well, I think.
All right. Well, we'll see. We will be there. We will be there, guys. I gotta officially sign off because I gotta join Joe. We're doing another show, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. So honestly, big up to you guys.
We will definitely see you next too. Big up, boss. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys. Yeah. We'll be there. I'll be collecting apology receipts from all you men that doubted us at the end of the season.
Pay out my money first. Pay out my money first, yeah, because Mbappe's going to score a lot of goals in
it. I don't know about that.
So we move on from United and going to 5th. I'm still going with Tottenham. I think Tottenham will. I think they can finish Europa League. I don't think they'll get into the Champions League spots personally.
Yeah. I think it's between Tottenham, Liverpool, and Chelsea.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one. Liverpool and Chelsea got new coaches. Tottenham is Tottenham, innit?
Yeah, it's Tottenham. Yeah, man. You can't trust. You can't trust. You can't trust 11 Herbs and Spices FC. So.
Hey, them man, they got Solanke though, and last season they had what's his name? They had Richarlison.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This is tough, man. This is tough, man. I'm gonna say Liverpool. I'm sorry, F it. I'm gonna say it. I think it's Liverpool.
Wow.
Liverpool.
So Chelsea gonna finish either Liverpool this season.
I think we'll finish in 4th.
Oh, you're finishing 4th.
I think 100%. I think we'll finish 4th, and I think between Spurs and Liverpool, we're gonna finish either 3rd and 5th. I just don't know which one, and that's the problem.
Wow.
I'm struggling to work this one out, and I think Liverpool will finish.
But that don't make that make no sense in my opinion though, because we mentioned Spurs have a manager that was there last season. That's 11. That's strengthening his team. We say United as strengthening his team. You just mentioned you don't have 11 that you guys don't have. So what makes Chelsea? What did you guys finish last season? I don't remember.
We finished sixth.
Fifth?
Sixth.
So, what have you guys done differently except sign a bunch of 25 plus kids extra to finish fourth?
We bought Pedro Neto. We got a new injury team, and we got a new set piece coach. So I expect us to be better on set pieces and injuries, and on the left wing, and therefore I think we'll finish in the top 4. Like literally, if our players stay fit, we will finish. Like I think we'll finish top 4.
But we need to start our defense, man, because it's just
your defense ain't good.
Enough.
Your midfield is not that straight, and then you're banking on.
Nah, I'm not hearing it, bro. Our midfield's better than you. Our midfield cleans the floor with yours. Cleans
Which midfield?
them.
Which midfield?
We got Enzo, Casado, Lavia, bro. That's just the first 3. Behind them, we got who we got behind them? We got Leslie Kuchiku, we've got Carney, we've got Dewsbury Hall. Bro, we wiped the floor of your midfield.
Okay, calm down. Lavia injury all last season. You haven't seen him play anything except preseason. So let's not just act like this is like some record signing. Caicedo.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a new signing, pretty much. Like he's played half an hour last season.
Yeah, but Caicedo wasn't really good all through the first 6 months, except like the latter end of the season. And Enzo, your man don't even like Enzo because you don't even know his best position. And all of a sudden, because you pay 100 million on these guys, all of a sudden it's better than McAllister.
Bro, we got Dewsbury Hall as well on top of that.
It's Dewsbury better than McAllister.
Emmanuel,
let's ask the neutral. Let's ask the ball.
Well, look, I mean, Emmanuel, the thing is, right? The problem is you have to kind of look at your midfield, right? You get to kind of address your issue, right? You kind of, you know what I mean. Last season, the biggest problem with your team is just that your midfield is still lacking.
We need a defensive midfielder. That was it. One position. It's just
right, but it's also your back line as well. It's not really as strong as the one in previous squads.
Well, my back line is better than Chelsea's back line. We ain't comparing back lines. If we compare back line, Liverpool's defense is better than Chelsea's defense.
But in terms of the what I'm that's not what I'm asking you. I'm just saying that now that you guys have sold Fabio Carvalho, who you guys have had, which was a terrible choice, and
it was a great choice,
and it was supposed to be for squad depth. I really don't understand as to what really the angle is here, because you guys are kind of lacking in depth.
Do you know the reason why we
to really extent? Now with Chelsea, you can see what Maresca's kind of doing in a way. He's trying to bring in his own sort of players, because there are many players from previous managerial administrations. You know what I mean? So he's trying to, I guess, in a way, there's he's trying to clear out some sort of players, and like trying to play with the ones that he wants to implement into his system. Mm-hmm. But with Slot, I'm not really seeing much.
Okay, then Liverpool finished up 7th then.
I'm sorry?
We finished 7th because if you just make that case, and then we sold Carvalho because Carvalho want to start ahead of Diaz and Gattuso. He ain't starting ahead of those players, without due respect.
Where did you finish last season?
3rd.
And how far were you off 4th?
I don't remember, but it was a few chunk. It was a few chunk.
But no Klopp as well.
I'm saying we saw Carvalho because he wanted to start. He wasn't going to start in Liverpool, so we ain't going to act like Carvalho was this like wonder kid, and it was 25 million. It was a good sell. So we get it. There is no club, but we all gonna forget the club did not change that much. We didn't lose any interior play, like we said earlier in the live. We didn't lose Salah. We didn't lose Van Dijk. We didn't lose anyone major. We lost Klopp. Yeah. But
Salah's on the decline, though. Salah's on the decline.
We've been saying that for 3 seasons. Salah's on the decline, but guess what? Every season he still gets 25 goals. Salah starts.
No, he's been going like this. He's been going like this.
But he's averaging 25 goals every season. Is he
No,
not?
it's still Salah, but the problem is it's not the same golden Salah that we've seen in previous seasons.
Yeah, it's ain't gonna be good enough.
It's getting old. Yeah, but it's like at the same time, but Salah is one of the best right wing in the Premier League. We can argue this or if we want to. His stock is going down, but doesn't mean Salah is like Liverpool is going to be down or whatever. So that idea is like, I will agree. I will take third, but I don't see the fight because you brought up the midfield situation, and it's like your midfield. The only one I would take in your midfield is maybe Caicedo, because we wanted Caicedo, and that was it. Like
You want Lavia.
Because it was a backup plan. That we kind of fluffed that whole plan, which was stupid.
And you wanted Enzo as well. You wanted all of our players. Hang on, your last coach wanted every single one of our players.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like we wanted everyone. I don't get.
So we got better midfield then by deep. We got better midfield.
So we would have to make a choice here.
I think. I think Liverpool finishing fifth, man. I've seen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait. So we're in the Champions League spots. So you're saying Liverpool's going to finish fourth?
No, it's a fifth.
Fifth.
It's a fifth.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Oh, fifth.
In what way do Liverpool going to like digress? Just because
you had a coach that was literally motivating you to get over the line. Like
Okay.
in a lot of games.
Okay.
This ain't gonna be the same.
Okay. So Liverpool's going to so we're back to fifth now. So Liverpool, OTC, you say that they're going to finish fifth. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Elijah, who do you say it may finish fifth? Are you saying Liverpool? Do you think Tottenham may finish fifth? Do you see your club may finish fifth? Or somebody else? Who do you got?
Oh, I don't think we'll finish fifth because Enzo Wesker came from the Championship, whereas Everton Hog has one trophy. So that's the thing I'm worried about. But let's hope that we do finish in the top four. But I think fifth for me, I might go for Tottenham. And in sixth, oh boy, this is a tough one.
No, six. We already said. We already said Man United. So it's just fifth.
Okay. Yeah, in fifth place, Tottenham, because I don't think they'll finish in the top four. But listen, do I see them dropping off? Maybe, but it all depends if Ange changes his tactics, because sometimes he usually goes high line and then Tottenham get exposed. So
right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But maybe fifth, I might go for Tottenham, but it's a tough one for me. That's what I'm gonna say.
This is tough.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Emmanuel,
So I have a question to OTC. If Liverpool finish fifth, who's gonna finish top four? Chelsea and United?
Chelsea, Spurs.
Over Liverpool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can we run that bet after the live, please?
Bro, that's not.
We will obviously talk about some of this. We will listen, Emmanuel. We will talk about some of this off camera. But that's for the sake of it. Who do you have for your fifth place? Are you going to say Chelsea? You're going to finish fifth? Are you going to go with Tottenham? Or are you going to go with
fifth? I have Chelsea.
Who you say?
Chelsea.
You have Chelsea. Okay, so I'm the tiebreaker. So listen, I've heard all the claims, and obviously as much as I'm not like the biggest Chelsea fan for many reasons, and OTC knows very well. But look, I'll be honest. I'm gonna have to say Tottenham will probably finish fifth, because I think I'm not convinced by Dominic Solanke. I think that while he did have an incredible season last time out, again it's still up in the air. It's going to be given time, and I think Postecoglou hasn't really done anything else in the window aside from Solanke. So it really has to be seen what other moves that he does. So it's going to be just up in the air for Tottenham Hotspur. So I think we will leave it with that. And now we're going to quickly go to the top four. We'll go we're going to go with the fourth and third spots. Boys, I've been hearing a lot of claims of Liverpool, Chelsea, OTC.
I think I don't think Chelsea finished higher than fourth, so I think fourth for Chelsea, and third for Liverpool. Yeah, fourth for Chelsea, third for Liverpool. Unless we get Osimhen and a bad boy centre back, then that's going to change.
Fair.
Especially with the centre back. But I don't think we're finishing higher than fourth. So I say Chelsea.
Fair enough. Elijah, who you saying?
In terms of Chelsea,
William.
They trying to sell you on that. You gotta buy that, bro. At this point, you have to buy one. They trying to sell you on that.
I need to find a different website, bro. I need to find a different way. Listen, I'm getting rinsed in the group chat. OTC, yeah. If you see it, I'm getting rinsed, bro.
Hey, that's the best. Hey, I'll finish.
But no, Elijah, yeah. What are you saying, man? For fourth and third. No, I'm saying, who do you have for fourth and third place?
Oh, for me in third place. Oh boy, Liverpool in third for me, because I believe they got a better squad than Chelsea and Man United and Tottenham. And even though Andre Slot is a new manager, for me, Liverpool still got it. You know, the likes of Salah, Jota, Nunes, Virgil van Dijk, signing Supermendy very soon. So I think Liverpool finished third. I don't think they'll challenge for the league. I don't think they'll win it, but I think they will finish in the top four again. So a third place, I have to go for Liverpool.
And you saying fourth place was Chelsea, correct?
Oh, for me, no. I don't think we'll finish in the top four, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, because Enzo Maresca, came from the Championship. Does he only went for the Premier League only once. Yes, he knows Pep Guardiola, but listen, we see Mikel Arteta come to the Premier League and finish 8th. But then, they gave him time, and that's improving. So if we want to finish in the top four, I feel like we need to give Enzo Maresca time. And if he can figure out his tactics and get our defense really good, then I think, maybe in a couple of years' time, we'll finish in the top four. But for now, I'm just a bit worried going into next season. So, yeah.
So who do you have finishing fourth then?
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, let's see, man. Oh, it's a tough one. Oh, Villa. Do I go for Villa again, or do I go for somebody else? It's so tough. Let me have a look. Oh, it's tough one,
I think top four is that hard because last season, very few people have predicted Villa to finish in the top four.
It's really a tough one. It's gonna be a tight race though. It's not a bad shot to really put Chelsea into that mix because, while yes, it is Enzo's first season, and yes, he did come from the Championship, but really, it's going to take time for him to implement his philosophy. But same thing with Liverpool, you know what I mean? So really, top four, and you can put Spurs into that mix as well. That top four places is going to be a dogfight. So,
boy, maybe my fourth place. Oh boy, I think it has to be. It's so tough, but maybe I'll go for United.
You say Man United.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I hear it.
Nah,
I hear it.
come on, man. You can't say not Chelsea and pick United. United's got they got
It's
a
hard,
worse
you
team
know.
than us, bro.
I
They're
know,
trash,
but
bro. They're
listen,
bro.
Everton, anything
Like,
West only had only managed Leicester and that's it. Whereas Everton Hog managed Ajax, and
I agree. I don't know about this
problem.
this story. This Maresca guy. I don't know how good he is, but I believe he's competent enough to get at least the average performance from our team, and I think that's still good enough to finish in top 4, which means that I don't think he's brain dead. Like, from what I've seen, I don't think he's clueless, and I hope he's not. So yeah.
Fair,
I've not seen
fair
him do
enough.
anything drastic, like anything stupid. Like, let's just put it that way. I've seen Poch do crazy things, putting Chilwell left wing. Do you know what I mean? Last season we started with Chilwell left wing. We started with Raheem Sterling right wing and Jackson up front. Like, it's a big contrast to this season. We're starting with Nkunku, Cole Palmer. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and what's the name? And Pedro Neto. He might play. I don't know. What he's not played preseason yet for us. So we are playing with a bit. You know what I'm saying? Better in general. I don't know. It's tough to call. It's very tough to call.
It's tough. Yeah.
So Elijah went with United. Now I'm gonna go with Emmanuel. Emmanuel, who do you got for 4th and 3rd?
So I got a crazy one. I got 3rd. I got City for 3rd.
Wait, you said City for 3rd?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. City
really?
for 3rd.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because there's this whole narrative of like it's Pep last season, and if they sell De Bruyne and if they sell Edison, if they sell those 2 players, I'm definitely saying Pep, City for 3rd, because we still don't know. Because also the news that came out, I think this morning, with Everton getting another point deduction again for financial fair play or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we saw that.
So what's going to, because it's going to be crazy with this whole 115 charge, because the value was also be next year's June. That's the verdict was going to be next year. So what's happening then? It makes no sense giving Leicester team point deduction and then City does not have a point deduction. That's why I'm giving City 3rd. I'm about to go out anyways. I'm giving Arsenal to win the league. Arsenal to win the league this season, because they had that same team with Liverpool. We were so close last. The first year we got 93, then we got 94. The 3rd year we won it. They were close. Last year they had the best defense and then the best attack. You can't do better than them. What did they do? They strengthened their team even more. So I say Arsenal wins the league this time around. Because if they had the best, if they have the best defense last year, they had the best defense last year, and then they went and signed another defender. They have like 3 defenders in every position. So they were scoring goals last season too. So they have a good defense. They were scoring as well. So at this point, I would say Arsenal to win the league. You don't like it? Maybe City 2nd, Liverpool 3rd. How about that? But if they get the deduction, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Chelsea. That's my top 4. And I gotta go anyways because my phone.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you stepping by. Big up to you.
Never mind.
Oh,
never mind.
No. Okay.
Never
All
mind.
right, cool. All right.
I was
Nice.
I thought my stuff was. I'll just charge you right here.
Well, great. Great to have you back again. That was quick.
I think all of us in Liverpool.
Look, honestly, man, I'm gonna be quick about it. 4th, I'm gonna say Chelsea. I think really, I think it's an expectation for Chelsea this time around, because after what was pretty much to say it was peak for them last season is pretty much an understatement. But I think, while yes, this sacking of Pochettino, in my opinion, was a bit controversial, I think bringing in Enzo, hopefully, it does spark a bit of fire into the players. I did see a bit of the highlights when they did take on Inter today, and I will admit, I think you start seeing a bit of improvement with the team. The team build, like the build-up play within the team is starting to improve. I think defensively they could be a bit better, but I think it will take time. Maybe hopefully with like a signing, they can improve that. I think the attack is nice, especially now with Cole Palmer being Cole Palmer. He's just pretty much the mastermind behind that, as well as Nkunku, who's fit. I think it will add even more options there and make it a lot more lethal. Now, if Osimhen were to come in, sure, I think that's just pretty much the total package. And now with Pedro Neto, it's going to be electric, a lot more than what we've seen, what was offered with Raheem Sterling. So I think with that, and if they were to keep consistent and hopefully not so many injuries as it was from last season, I think Chelsea can be fourth. I think that's a fair shout. And for them to get Conference League, I think that's a pretty successful season, because I think that should be a minimum requirement for Enzo Maresca. So for third, I think Liverpool.
So I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
So don't you think West Ham is going to make it top 8 at all? Because I say West Ham at 8, and you're giving me like this whole, oh no. So you guys just think West Ham is going to be 13th or 11th, mid-table?
I think
No,
because considering the signing they made and everything they have,
they got a new coach, a fresh new coach, and their defenders.
Chelsea have a new coach too.
No, but they finished
right.
But Lopetegui
last season. They were very.
Lopetegui's been around. It's not just a new coach. It's been in the Premier League before.
The thing is with Lopetegui, for me,
it's the fact that we're banking a championship manager and then saying a championship manager is going to do a better job than Lopetegui that has been around, that has more experience, that actually has signed good players. With all due respect to the Tosin and a lot of players you guys signed, they actually signed better players than you guys have. No, but you guys going to say, oh, they will make it.
Even if we didn't sign one player at all, we still have a much better squad in general. Does that make sense? They were very poor last season, like very poor. So
if we do a combined 11 right now, I say Spurs, West Ham have more players starting in the 11. If we to do combined,
but
11.
here's the thing though.
You want to do it?
Emmanuel, like
West Ham.
Emmanuel, here's the thing though. Like I was lucky enough to go watch West Ham in the preseason friendly, and the thing is I've seen Lopetegui managed clubs previously to this job at West Ham, and the thing is I'm not a big fan of his style of play. It is, while yes, it is more attacking, but it can also be very conservative. Like at the same time, it is not entertaining. Don't let those signings fool you. And it's not going to be as electric as a lot of fans may be thinking. Perhaps West Ham fans are optimistic, but for me, they don't know what they're going to get into under Lopetegui. So that's why they kind of went their separate ways with Wolves. So, and with Sevilla, and as well as Real Madrid too. So it's not really looking good for me. I haven't been really convinced with him.
Yeah, I'm just saying, in terms of experience of a manager, we can say if the squad of the gameplay, I'll back Lopetegui as a more experienced manager than Maresca will come from Champions League with Leicester City. That's all I'm saying. So if we're gonna say Chelsea gonna turn it up from last season based on the players that they have and all the players that they've signed, why West Ham fall short?
I hear it.
I'm just giving a shout out to West Ham. That's all I'm saying. So
I hear you. And who knows? They may do it. They may do it. They may do something, but we shall see.
Exactly.
We shall see. For second, who would you man say or second? OTC, who'd you say?
Second, okay. Okay. This is where it starts getting technical. I think, controversial take, I think Man City have upgraded from Alvarez to get in Savio. And the reason why is because Alvarez played out of position in the number 10, in the wing, and all these other places. He was not performing well. His best position was either up front or just as a second striker. And they were putting him out left to right wing, and he weren't great. This Savio kid, he's a proper winger. And I think personally, they've kept their team intact. There's not really much changes. If they could get another midfielder in to complement Rodri, or to be a backup for Rodri, they could win the league. But if Arsenal sign any competent striker, and I'm saying any, they win the league. And this is where it starts getting technical. Is Arsenal going to sign a striker? I don't know. Flipping, what's the name? Your sporting director, I forgot his name. What's his name again?
Edu.
Yeah, Edu. Well, Edu's on holiday. I don't know what the study's doing. So
he's may be on holiday, but man's also making moves, isn't it?
Bro,
you know what I mean?
He's okay. And for me, Arsenal did not need Calafiori. So I'm not going to say if they get Calafiori, they're going to win the league. Calafiori,
exactly.
Also had the best defense in the league last season.
Yes,
exactly.
Another defender.
28 goals conceded.
With the league, it's because, for me personally, it was a striker. It was a striker position. There was a lot of games Saka was a little bit off. He had the nickname of the limping meme, etc. Martinelli stuck out the gaff. So you have to understand this. They need a striker. They need a number 9.
I won't go as far as say they need a right winger, not a striker. Because last season, with all due respect, Saka was playing every single game. It was Saka. They need someone to like play backup for Saka. Like we have on the left hand side, we have Trossard and Martinelli. You don't need a left back because you have Kivior, you have Jory Timber. You just signed, which is back from fitness. We can play there. You have a lot of players. Unless you're gonna sell those players, Calafiori, I agree with you. OTC, Calafiori is not needed unless you're gonna sell somebody. You need someone to cover for Saka. What if Saka gets injured? That right hand side is a bomb.
Trossard could play because Trossard was playing up front. Here's the issue: they need somebody in the attack basically, because Trossard was playing up front at times, alongside Havertz. Whereas
basically, that's the thing though. Teta basically rotates between Kai and as well as Trossard as our non-strikers, and that's the thing. And like I do, and here's the thing: I am not entirely disagreeing with either of your takes. I think Arsenal do need a right winger as well as a striker. The top priority, though, I think fall within the lines of a right winger, in my opinion, because Emmanuel, I think you nailed it, because Saka's been playing week in, week out. The kid spun up a freaking meme of him limping off. You know how peak that is. So, and we need someone that can be his second. He can. Man, we need someone. So just probably, I would like to go for someone like a Brian Mbeumo from Brentford. It's cheap, rotation, techie, good vision, nice on the ball, and it's something like that. You know what I mean? That can improve the squad. Now, a striker. The thing is, for us to make signings, we have to sell players. And that's one of my biggest criticisms of us is that we have a hard time selling players at like a decent price. We kind of just let the contracts go. And, with this whole thing with and Kentia could potentially, hopefully, God willing, he leaves to, Marseille. You know what I mean? It could open up doors with us bringing in a new striker. So. But Moreno, I think, which I think from what I've been reading, which will be a certified, which will be a I think an announcement will be made next week for the deal to be done. I think we'll now add even further depth into that midfield because Jorginho and Thomas Partey, I think it's just not enough. Yes, we have Declan Rice, but there's got to be more to it than just that. You know what I mean? So
I don't. I think your priorities is the other way. So, okay, you need somebody in the forward line, 100%. The second priority is probably to back up for Saka, and then after that is the midfield. But you guys are getting defenders, which is the least priority. Your second least priority, you actually need the attackers. Brian Mbeumo is a great player that if you sign him, he can play up front, he can play left wing. I say right wing, go left. He can play anywhere across the front three.
yeah, he can. Yeah,
He can, yeah.
So, ironically, if he had the Brentford double up front, so if you had the Tony and the Wemmer, you win the league.
the problem with
from what I see
no,
from
go ahead.
Yeah, from what I see from Edu, Arsenal, unfortunately, I think, not unfortunately, fortunately, I think Arsenal finished second. I still see City getting a midfielder.
So you're saying we're going to finish second?
Yeah.
I hear it. Okay, fair enough. No, because like the thing is, right? I hear you when it comes to Tony, and listen, I rate Tony, I do. The problem is, it's just his attitude problem, because Spurs were also interested in getting Tony as well, but Postecoglou, he from what's been saying from Fabrizio Romano, the Athletic as well, he was immediately turned off by his approach and by his attitude problem. So it's a bit mad still, you know what I mean? And that's why he turned to bringing Dominic Solanke. So
you're linked to that Gilchrist, so he'll be a good player for you. I don't know, Gilchrist.
I've seen his stats, and they are incredible. But the thing is, I'm going to be perfectly blunt with you. I've never heard of the guy until like 2 months ago. Like I've seen compilations. Yes, but I would like to see games for myself. You know what I mean? But the thing is, like, he seems very good. I will admit that from like compilations, but I kind of want to see more of his and see more of like actual games in it. You know what I mean? And I think if I'm not mistaken, he has had England experience. He has played in the championship, if I'm not mistaken. But
Arsenal, you just need if you can get somebody better than Nketiah and Havertz, finish up shots. I
have a question though. Like with all due respect, people keep saying, "Oh, Chelsea, Arsenal need a striker and Arsenal need a striker." We agree, but the main issue last season they wasn't scoring goals. They were scoring goals. They scored, I think, the most goals in the league last season, the second most.
I think it was City that did it first, and then Arsenal.
Because we keep saying, "Oh, they need striker, they need striker." They were scoring goals. The only issue is I feel like it was a mentality problem. It's like the game against Man City. If Arsenal win Man City and actually push to go win the game, instead of they went to the game with the hope of like, "Oh, we're gonna draw." So that's where it kind of crumbles. They went to the game. They didn't want to win. They were saving themselves. If they went and win against Man City, that's changed a lot. So that game against Villa as well. If they won that game against Villa, that's when I talk. We won't say, "Oh, these strikers are." Don't get me wrong. If they sign striker, is all great, but it's not that they didn't score goals. It was more of like mentality, like the way like they're getting close. They're getting close. So
there's a lot.
I think it's more so. I think it's more so than that though, because Elijah, I'll let you have the final say because we do have to get to the champions part. Look, the thing is, yes, mentality is, I think, one of the X factors that led to that kind of led to our fall last season, and definitely it was the Aston Villa game that kind of sealed the deal for us. And that kind of falls onto Mikel personally, and not so much on the not so much on the boys. I think it's more so 70-30 because Arteta's supposed to be instilling that mentality into the boys on when it comes to training, when it comes to match day, halftime. He needs to do that. Guardiola does that in City, where he basically just tells them, he yells at the boys. He basically gets them gets them into their element to lock in. Arteta needs to do the same thing, because if he doesn't, we're going to be in this situation. So that's where Arteta needs to kind of really hone in that mentality for himself and be like, yo, okay, you want to lift up that Premier League trophy. You really don't want to be looked at as kind of like, okay, the guy who just tosses out the cones for Pep. Then do something about it. Hone in, lock in. That's basically what he has to prove to himself, and just tell the boys, just let it out to those boys. So, and that's one of my hopes for Arteta this season, especially, and that is just to improve the mentality of the boys. You know what I mean? Because we can get all these players. Say we do get a right winger, we do get a striker, but if we don't seal the deal because of, say, a game against, I don't know, say against Newcastle, then yeah, because the boys didn't turn up.
A lot of games, you have to understand.
Yeah,
very few games that you won when Saka wasn't playing well. There's very few. So you need a striker so that somebody can. You need another goal scorer in that attack. Let's put it that way, because if Saka's playing well and Martinelli's sticking out the gaff, you need something.
Martinelli did have a terrible season last time out, and being paid 180K a week is mad. But I think what we're seeing in preseason, he's starting to improve his game, and that gives me hope that this time around, this is going to be his redemption arc. And I think also Trossard. Oh no, not Trossard. Zinchenko. Zinchenko's been getting a lot of criticism as well. And now that Calafiori's in, he's like, oh well, Zinchenko should be gone. I think now that Zinchenko's being pushed up a little bit forward, it kind of gives me a bit of optimism that maybe Arteta can maybe shift him into playing midfield, because that's what he's been doing back in his City days. So he has that in his belt, that he can be versatile in a attacking midfield role. So I'm hoping that can be the case, because we did see glimpses of that during our friendly against Bayer Leverkusen. So it remains to be seen, Matt. But yeah, Elijah, I want you to have the final word on second. Are you sticking with Arsenal, or are you gonna go with Man City? Who you saying?
In second place, I have to go for Arsenal because, listen, I do get that Arsenal scored a lot of goals this season, but I still think they need a striker, because you try Gabriel Jesus there, doesn't work because he plays better on the left wing. Havertz can play as a false line, but sometimes he can miss big chances. So if Arsenal can sign a prolific striker, then that would be great. And also, I think they need to sign a player that can back up Saka, because last season you can see some games he was limping because he played a lot. So I think Arsenal don't only need a striker, but they also need a right winger so that Saka can get some rest, if you know what I mean. But I have to go for Arsenal again, But listen, because as a Chelsea fan, I don't Arsenal to win the league, if you know what I mean. But if Arsenal do win it, then I'll be happy as well, because I don't mind City to win it again, because if they do, this will be 5 times in a row. And let's not forget, they've already won more Premier League trophies than us. So I don't want them to win it again. So that's the only problem. So I'm like 50-50. I don't Arsenal to do it, but if Man City don't win the league, then I'll be more happy than that, if you know what I mean. So in second place, unfortunately, I have to go for Arsenal, and that's my final decision.
Fair enough. And Emmanuel, you did say Arsenal, and obviously I can't have a say in this because you know what I mean.
I got City second. I don't got
So
City.
unfortunately,
I got City as second because it's a lot of stuff like their squad is weaker than it was last season, and the whole the whole like fines and all those stuff. Like we can like again the whole Savio deal. I'm still confused. Where is he gonna play? Left wing, right wing? Where is he playing at?
Who's Savio?
Yeah.
Right wing.
Right wing. So where's Bernardo Silva gonna play at?
Bernardo Silva, I don't think he's gonna. If he is gonna start, he's gonna start midfield.
It's gonna start midfield. So then who's gonna play midfield? So it's gonna be Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and Foden.
Yeah. Or it's gonna. But you know what? Bernardo Silva's not gonna start. I think he's coming off the bench this season.
Bernardo Silva is gonna be on the bench over Savio.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like Savio may be strong and good. It's like I haven't seen anything from. I didn't watch any of his match from. I forgot the team is from. The team from Girona. I didn't watch any of his games, so I don't know anything about him. So I don't.
He's good. He's a traditional. He's proper traditional winger.
All right, we'll see.
And Doku's going to be on the other or left wing.
Doku already took Grealish out of the game. Grealish is getting down to like the 21 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
this the right wing. If that happens.
So this kind of up now, since we're at the Champions part, this kind of opens up a question, and this will be the last question I have before we kind of close out the show. Since we're basing this now that based on this prediction that City will do a 5-peat, this is break the question that the Premier League is not as competitive as some may say.
I disagree because I
definitely disagree.
They're exceptional, but literally, other than them, we've just discussed it. The top four is very, very competitive. Even below top four is very competitive. No one's going to get relegated. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, with the exception of and also as well, if City fall off just slightly, I expect Arsenal to capitalize on that situation, or if another team comes into that fold like a Liverpool, but I expect them to you know what I'm saying, to gain some ground. So it's still not a proper stamp. Do you understand what I'm saying? A lot can happen. But in terms of league winning, yeah, you can argue that. But for the rest, it's very, very. We don't even know who's going to top four.
I mean, also like when people like say it's not competitive, you gotta look at it like before Bayer Leverkusen won the league in that fluke year last year. The Bundesliga was done in November. We already know Bayern were gonna win the league. Same thing with PSG in December. We already know who's gonna win the league because it doesn't matter what Monaco, Lille, anyone does. PSG gonna win the league. So that's why we say it's not competitive. The only league I would say is as competitive as the Premier League now. I would say maybe Italy, because they'll be switching up every season. Napoli, Inter, AC Milan, Juve. It gets crazy because no one even knows what they're doing. That's the only league I would compare the Premier League with, or La Liga. That's it. But it's like we already know in November who's gonna win the Bundesliga. I don't think that's a different topic for a different day, anyways. But yeah, I definitely.
By December, because if you think about it, last season City won it by like 1 or 2 points. The season before it was very similar, but the battles with Liverpool it was very close as well, and they just won it by just a few tactical things. Some players stepping up like a good big gun. And last season it was Foden, so it's very competitive. Yes, City picked it, but they don't win it by like 15, 20 points every year. Do you know what I mean? They're just about getting over the line. So I still think it's going to be competitive. And And it's, do you know what? It's Arsenal's league to lose. Arsenal have to win the league. If Arsenal do not win the league,
Definitely,
it's over.
they need to win a trophy. If they don't win the league, they need to win a trophy. I just feel like the odds. All this stack against Man City this time around with the charges. I know people don't like mentioning that the charges with the lot of like inconsistency going on in the squad. Even when you hear Pep speaks, it's not like off like that, like Pep speaking. It's like he lost his best friend in Jurgen Klopp. Now it's like it kind of like his tone is like a little bit down. Even when they asked him about the old Alvarez stuff before Alvarez left, but you get like it was just kind of like mellowed, like dramatic of like I would just whatever happens at this point. I won't say what I'm gonna do or not.
Right.
Oh, but like they Oscar Bob is like really do well. Do you understand?
Great talent, great young talent.
Like, you know what I mean?
You probably don't have to sell him.
Proper winger. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna miss Alvarez as much as you think it. I actually think
they would do better
without him.
Really?
Yeah, they're more balanced without him. Unless Haaland gets injured. If Haaland gets injured, then they're pissed because they don't know. Alvarez would have been the natural striker. There's no other alternative.
They can play at number 9, but that's what I'm saying. If De Bruyne does leave, because that's their creative outlet. There's no one that's creating that Man City squad. If De Bruyne leaves and then Edison leaves, now you gotta start scrapping to like replace them. Where you gonna see a top class goalkeeper?
Like I'm telling you this now. Like I watched Oscar Bob last week against Chelsea and the other day against.
The thing, I'll say this right. I think if we go trophyless this season, I will say that, and this may sound like a hot take, but we may have that. I think Arsenal should be exploring other options because it's one of them ones where you have to. It's one of them ones where you have to be like, yeah, it's like you've been so patient. You can invest in money, but there's City have now slowly declined just a bit with some of the players that they have. It's not the same rocket, you know what I mean? They still have it's still City, but De Bruyne is up there in age. You know what I mean? It's not there. You know, so I'm like, I feel like now Arsenal. I feel like Arteta, if he were to bring in a midfielder and then possibly a right wing, which he can, there should be no excuse. At least
you can get there and actually replace Arteta.
And that's the thing. And the thing is, I feel like if he goes trophyless, then yeah, that's just the way to go. But the board are not going to sack him because they're fully behind him. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. I guess for out there in the world, I mean, it's tough. You know what I mean? There's like another manager there. I can't really think of someone like off the top of my head right now because I'll be honest, my brain is fried. But that's probably one for like another stream down the line. But I just want to quickly get the take on Elijah. You think that City will inevitably get the 5 feet?
Yeah, man, because listen, they may lose their best players, but there's only one player that can always rely on. And it's not only him, but there's so many. Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland can score goals. But Rodri is the main man because whenever Rodri plays for Man City, they don't lose. I feel like the only game that he lost in 2024 was the Champions League game against Real Madrid and the FA Cup final. But in the Premier League, he doesn't. Man City don't lose. They were unbeaten. So if Rodri's not in that squad, then I think Man City might be dropping down a bit. So it's a good thing that Rodri isn't gone. But if Kevin De Bruyne and Edison do go, then yeah, I feel like Arsenal will win the league. But what I've heard is that Kevin De Bruyne will stay in, and I think maybe the same goes for Edison. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think Man City to do it again because Erling Haaland, very good striker. You know, Rodri, best DM. You know, in the league. You know, Rodri. Yes, he didn't do for England, but for Man City, he always steps up and score goals and all that stuff. So. Yeah, I think Man City to do it again, which I don't want it to happen, but I've just got to be honest, man, and say Man City first place, champions again.
I hear it. I hear it. And you know what? It's a fair claim, but I feel if Teta were to bring in his the midfield, another midfielder, and a good quality right winger for Saka. You know what I mean? I think we should be fine. I know a striker is priority, yes, but again, we should have some. We should have reinforcements for Saka. I feel like to me that's top priority because he can't be all alone next season. And with Jorginho and Partey, it's either one or the other who's basically going to be more so on the decline. It's going to be leaning on Jorginho because he can't play a full 90 minutes. So hopefully Moreno does get announced next week. And with that, I think we should be good enough. And Trossard and Kai Havertz, I think that would be decent. Hopefully we can go for a striker, but I really don't see it happening. I'll be completely honest with you guys. But who knows? Maybe they might actually surprise me, Arsenal. But in any event, we will run back this top seven from bottom to top. We got Palace, Villa, Newcastle, Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester City, who we predict will get the 5 peats. Oh my days! Let's pray that that's
of this.
Yeah, I just say it doesn't.
We can come back end of the season and we can all look at how we all feel miserably because let's be sure
wrong in a few areas. 100%. There's very few.
Oh no, this is good. Yeah, let's just listen. I will come back here, right? Well, I will wrangle up every single one of you. Yeah, I will get a replica Premier League title and laugh at every single one of you in it. Because I'm telling you, it's chess. It's coming back to North London, fam.
That's what I want.
Imagine if Liverpool win the league.
If Liverpool wins the league, man, I'm gonna have it. I'm done.
I would have fly to where Joey is, and then I'm gonna scream at him. That's for sure.
If Liverpool win this league, guys, I'm gonna watch NASCAR because I can't deal with these guys, bro. I'm done with the
There's a whole giant. I don't know who everyone's gonna get. That's another aspect to it. So it's gonna be an exciting season. I look forward to it.
It's gonna be an amazing season, and I'm very much looking forward. It's gonna be definitely contested. I'll say that much, especially the top 4 spaces, and definitely the relegation spots are going to be very, very interesting. But in any event, let me stop sharing my screen here. I do want to say a very special big up to every single one of the boys who did stop on by here. Big up to Emmanuel. Big up to OTC. Please support OTC in his channel. I will put the link to his channel in the description, as well as Elijah Talks Football. Big up to Elijah as well. But yet I'll put his link to his channel into the description too. But yeah, big up to every single one of you guys, and also to those who are watching as well. And yeah, we out. Let the games begin next week.